keys to the game today, brought to us by the Riverwind Casino. What do the Sooners have to do to win this one?
Yeah, I mean, we know what Cam Johnson brings to the table. He has an electric arm, really good talent here. Very excited to see what he does. I think as long as he has control of the zone, control of the batters, and doing a really good job of painting corners. And I know we had a lot of bad calls on the game on Friday, and so hopefully we have a bigger zone today, and he's staying in the zone. And I think one thing that we really also need to execute is men in scoring position, making sure that we execute in those situations and making sure that we're getting a lot of guys in, because obviously, like they did in the game on Friday, they could potentially make a comeback later in the game.
Cam Johnson, 12 strikeouts, 10 walks early in the season. Control was an issue for him a year ago at LSU. We'll see what he's got today. Keys to the game brought to you by the Riverwind Casino. It's always a good time. Let's take a look at our game day weather, brought to us by News 9 and David Payne, the weather expert. It's a nice day. It's a chilly. KP's been complaining about it since he got to the yard, but it's going to keep getting warmer as the afternoon rolls along. Right now, 51 degrees, feels like 47. We've got an 8-mile-an-hour wind out of the northwest, so it's blowing in a little bit from left field, but not too bad. But that temperature will rise as the afternoon moves along. We'll get eventually to the mid-50s, high 50s, and eventually into the low 60s, it says, sometime in Game 2 today. Game day weather brought to you by Oklahoma's own News 9. All right, here we go. At least 16 innings of baseball today. And we're set for the first one as Parker Blackman steps in to face Cam Johnson, left on left. And the first pitch is too far inside, ball one. First pitch at 12:04 p.m.
Should probably stop talking about the weather, too. I'll probably get some slander here from my Chicago family back home.
That's right.
Talking about this weather, right?
You're tougher than this. Blackman 0 for 4 with a walk on Friday night. That fastball's in there for a strike at 93. Blackman a 256 average. A double and 2 triples. Speedy left-handed hitter. Here's the 1-1. Too far outside. Sooners in the crimson tops, white pants with the hats that they brought back this year, KP. I really like these front panel white hats. 2-1 pitch. Chopper, slow hit to the right side. Taki charges, covering Johnson, but he doesn't get there in time. And it's an infield single. That was into no man's land. KP, Cam paused for just a second coming off the mound.
Yes, I saw that by Cam, and I think that was one of those, like you said, in between hops where he didn't know whether he should go and attack that ball on that ground ball right there or let Taki take that ground ball. So one of those with a speedy runner coming off the out of that left-handed batter's box too is going to be a tough play for anyone.
Another lefty here, Hunter Autry. This is their best hitter. The left fielder, senior from Corsicana, Texas. And the first pitch to him is outside. Autry leads them in almost every offensive category. 326 average, 3 homers, 13 runs batted in, 5 doubles. He's drawn the most walks, too, 14. And he's tied for the lead in stolen bases. I mean, this is their Mr. Everything right here as Johnson throws to first base.
Yeah, I had this kid highlighted on this paper here. I was reading through the paper and saw everything he had was higher than everyone else on the team. So I was like, okay, we got to make sure we watch out for this kid.
Pickoff attempt bounces to Taki, but he handles it. Autry was 0 for 4 in the opener.
Here we go, Cap.
Game the Sooners won here Friday night, 6-5. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Johnson. Big kick, and he brings it plateward this time and gets a swing and a miss at a fastball. Sooners snapped a 5-game losing streak to Sam Houston with that win Friday night. 9-6 OU has the advantage all time in the 15 games they've played. There's another bounced pickoff attempt to first base. That one a little harder for Taki to handle, but he did to keep it from getting into foul territory.
Yeah, I see he keeps trying to play with that step-off move. I know a lot of lefties try to have both moves, but it can be hard to master.
And there's a lob throw to first. Johnson has done a good job at holding runners. he has allowed just one stolen base this year in 3 attempts. And he's keeping a close eye on Parker Blackman, who is 5 for 5 in stolen base tries this year. There he goes. Pitch is chopped foul at the plate. Blackman will have to come back as the count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, and I always like stealing against lefties. I know that, I mean, for the most part, Reggie was probably putting on the steal sign, and so I was always going off first movement, and usually first movement is always a good thing to do because, you know, that's first movement and you're able to get off to a good start on the base paths, and I always loved it.
Here's the 1-2. Low and away.
Righties are always a little harder to me.
See, I would think it would be the other way around.
Well, I know that you try to read lefties and they can be very decisive, or, you know, they can deceptive, yes, when I was saying the right word. But, you know, first movement is so easy to just go as soon as they move. Nothing to think about.
Yeah.
Yes, righties, you're thinking, well, are they going to step off? Are they going to do that balk move? You know, you're thinking about so many different things. But lefties, as soon as they move, I just always took off.
It's simplified it.
Yes.
Even if you got it wrong.
Exactly.
Okay. There's another pickoff attempt. That's 7 of them now in this at-bat. That makes sense. So crimson jerseys, white pants, the white-paneled crimson hats in Game 1 of the doubleheader, Game 2 of the series for OU. Sam Houston, black jerseys, gray pants today. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes. Check swing. Throw down by Carmichael is not in time. And it's a full count now to Autry on the pitch that was away. Tough pitch for Carmichael to throw on there.
Yeah, with him going out into that batter's box, that'll be a tough throw for any catcher.
Autry now a chance to drive home the first run of the game here in the top of the first inning. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Johnson strikes him out on a 3-2 slider. And there's one gone.
Just a really good pitch right there by Cam. Going 3-2 slider right there. Very tough to lay off of.
You may have heard some of the background sound there during that at bat. We got some friends with us in the park today. It's Bark the Park. And so I see a few four-legged friends here today. KP, you said you love Bark the Park.
Yeah, I love Bark the Park. And I know we have been looking all around looking for some dogs. So please, if you're coming to the stadium today, please bring that furry friend with us so we can take a look at him.
Ball 1 to Jace Martinez, shortstop here. First righty that Cam Johnson has faced. Sophomore out of Baytown, Texas. Martinez, 200 batting average. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI Friday night. The 1-0 to him. Too far inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
You got any dogs, Toby?
I have 2 dogs.
Okay.
Ozzy, who is our baby, but he doesn't know that. He's big and has no idea how big he is. Mm-hmm. And then our daughter's dog, Piglet, lives at our house, too. She's a little Westie.
With the name Piglet, huh?
Yeah. 2-0 is outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Blackman had wandered off the second base bag, and Carmichael popped up from behind home plate as if he was going to gun down that way, but held on to it. Cam Johnson going to have to battle back here in a 3-0 count against Martinez. The big lefty set. And the pitch. And he pours that one in there for strike 1. The base hit by Blackman, by the way, the infield single. Just the 4th hit that a lefty has off Cam Johnson this year. Lefty's now 4 for 21 against him.
Yeah, I guess you could call him a lefty specialist. Huh?
Yeah. A look at second. Now the 3-1 to the plate, and that's strike 2 called. Outer half with that one, and the count runs full. They will also play a doubleheader at Love's Field, just past the right field wall today. The OU softball team opening SEC play against South Carolina. They'll start game 1 at 1:30 this afternoon after they won a 10-9 thriller Friday night. Johnson, the inside move and a flip throw to second base. Those flags in center field not doing much right now. It's chilly, but the lack of breeze is keeping it pretty manageable. 3-2 pitch. Got him looking. Called strike 3. Inside corner. Locked him up. 2 straight strikeouts. KP, both of them on full counts.
Yes, and really good job right there by Cam, starting off 3-0, coming back and throwing 3 straight fastballs right there to get back into the count. So really good job right there, getting that second out.
Ryan Frandon now with 2 outs and a runner at second. Another lefty, first baseman, sophomore out of Katy, Texas. Frandon was 1 for 4 Friday. And he goes around, tried to hold up his swing, but didn't. Strike 1.
Yeah, and I'm honestly surprised that they have so many lefties in the lineup already, just with how nasty Cam Johnson is, lefty-lefty. You've already seen a few bad swings here by the guys, and so definitely surprised by that.
4 of the first 6 hitters are lefties for Sam Houston. That one's outside, 1-1. Frandon, 231 hitter on the year, has not homered. He does have 9 runs batted in. Johnson, a quick check at second. Now turns his attention to the plate, and the 1-1 is in there. 94 on that fastball, 1-2.
Yeah, Cam's looking really good already. That fastball's been 92, 94, all covering up the zone, so really good.
Here we go, Cap.
Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3, got him looking. 3 straight strikeouts for Cam Johnson, who shakes his head to the affirmative as he walks off the field. A lead-off single goes for naught. Sooners grab at the bats for the first time when we come back in Norman. No score. Game 1 of a doubleheader today. Today's game broadcast brought to you by Purina, your pet, our Southern hospitality. Book your stay today, Marriott.com/OKCNO. Cam Johnson strikes out the side in the top of the first. Bottom 1 we go. It'll be Walk, Willits, and Gamble due up for Skip Johnson's team. Facing right-hander Devin Bennett on the mound. 6'2", slender righty. Bennett making his 2nd start, 4th appearance of the year for the Bearcats. A McLennan Junior College product, so he played for Skip's son, Tyler, down in the Waco area. Had a season-ending injury last year, but 2 years ago, he went 9-2. Trying to battle his way back, and he'll face the Sooner lineup today as Jason Walk strides to the plate. Jay Walk 2 for 4 here on Friday in game 1. He has hit in every game he's played this year. That's 12.
Yeah, very impressive start for Jason Walk here. Excited to see what he brings to the table this game.
And the first pitch, he shows bunt and takes it inside. Among the regulars are those that have qualified. He has a team-high 432 batting average. I say it that way because Desan Harris hitting 467, but only has 15 at-bats so far this year. Shows bunt, takes strike, 1-1 the count. Walk, 9th in the SEC in batting average, 4th in stolen bases with 7. He's 7th in doubles. He's got 6 of those. Fouls this one back to the screen to make it 1-2. He had one of those doubles here in game 1. Sooners were very aggressive against the Sam Houston outfield Friday. They were looking for extra bases every opportunity.
Oh, yeah, and I know Reggie was very, very, very happy with that. He's always looking for guys to take the extra base, and so for those guys to be out there very lackadaisical, I bet you he was very excited to see a lot of guys take that extra base.
2-2 the count to Walk, and the pitch is pulled foul. Speaking of taking the extra base, despite having played the fewest games, or among the fewest games in the SEC, OU leads the league in triples with 7 of them on the year. 2-2 is low, full count.
Speed kills.
That's right. Full count to Jason Walk to start the bottom of the first inning. Devin Bennett delivers, and he misses low. Speaking of speed, it is a board. Jason Walk is on to start. Here's Jackson Willits. One thing I like about what's going on with the OU offense right now is They're not hitting as well right now, but they're off to a pretty good start to the year. I mean, a .318 team batting average. They put up some good stats, and really their two vets are the two best hitters coming into the year. Willits and Carmichael haven't really hit their stride yet.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They really haven't hit their stride at all, and so just kind of how good we've been so far, and just there's so many different things that play into a game that, you know, you don't really have to have your best guys on their best behavior every game. You know, you have so many different guys that can come and be a part of the team and perform so well that, you know, it may take some of your good guys to heat up a little bit. And so being able to see them do as well as they have so far has been really good.
Jackson Willits, a 1-ball, 1-strike count, and there's a throw over to first. Jackson has hit 3 home runs, and Easton's hit 4. But batting average-wise, Willits just at .240. Carmichael at .277. You would think they'll warm up here. Here's the 1-1. Popped it up. Shallow left field. The shortstop Martinez out. The left fielder Autry in. Oh, Martinez slipped and fell. Autry, the left fielder, caught it. And it looks like Martinez is okay. Kind of did the splits out there.
Very interesting play out there.
OU's played 13 games, same number as Texas and Kentucky, and that's the fewest in the SEC. So when you're looking at cumulative stats, you got to keep that in mind. 1 out, 1 on now for Trey Gamble, and another pickoff attempt.
Yeah, and I know you were talking about Jackson there a little bit, and I just wanted to reiterate that if you've been to a game or anything, you've seen that Jackson has been hitting the ball really hard, and he's been hitting the ball really well to the past couple of games, and he just hasn't had anything fall for him. And I think that's part of the game, and I think as long as he's barreling up balls, he'll be just fine.
Throw to first. 1-ball, no strike count to Gamble. Last year, as the weather heated up, Jackson Willits heated up. So we'll see whether it works that way this year as well. Got the power started a little earlier this season than he did last year. This guy's been swinging the bat. The 1-0 to Gamble, in there for a strike. 2 for 4 with 2 doubles in game 1. Gamble comes into play today, hitting .324, 5 doubles, 6 runs batted in. The 1-1. Nubber, that is foul. It sat in the left-hand batter's box. You don't see that very often.
No, not at all.
The ball never left the batter's box.
I don't remember the last time I've seen that, actually.
It was a full swing, too, and it just went straight down and stuck. Now, Jason Walk has not looked to run yet. 7 for 10 in stolen base attempts this year. And there's a flip throw over to first.
Yeah, and the pitcher has been very conscious of him over there. He seems like he's been really quick to the plate as well, so very hard for Jay Walk to kind of time that up as well.
Here's the pitch. Outside. This catcher, Marthel Johnny, has thrown out 4 of 13 base stealers on the year. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gamble, and another throw to first.
What's a good percentage for catchers, you would say?
I mean, I think if you throw out...
Is it about half?
That's great. I mean,
okay.
that's elite.
Yeah.
If you're throwing out 30%, runner goes, grounded to the right side, diving stop, bobbled, and everybody's safe, and Jason Walk's going all the way to third. Smith at second knocked the ball down but couldn't get control of it to try to throw out Gamble. He had no shot at Walk, but he might have had a shot at Gamble. They're going to give him a hit, though, and they're on the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, just a really, really good and aggressive play right there by Jason Walk, who never broke stride going around second base. So really good, really impressive right there.
Here's Easton Carmichael. I'm not ignoring your question. I'm looking up the SEC stats to see who leads the league in that category. Ball 1, and it goes to the backstop. Here comes Jason Walk, and it's 1-0 OU. Wild pitch scores the first run of the day. And on to second goes Gamble.
And it's always good to get that run early here. And now we have a man in scoring position again with less than 2 outs. one of our best hitters in the Eastern Carmichael up, so hopefully it'll do some more damage here coming up soon.
Carmichael homered his 4th of the year in Game 1. Also has a team-leading 14 runs batted in. Popped that one foul out of play off to the right. Easton, as we mentioned previously, hitting .277, 3 doubles and 2 triples to go with those 4 homers. That's 9 extra base hits, and he takes a pitch outside. He's got 13 hits on the year, 9 of them for extra bases.
Yeah, I think if I had 13 hits on the season already, I would say about 1 of them would be an extra base
now,
hit.
come on. We've seen you run. The pitch outside, 3-1. Might get a good one here. Sam Christensen, the DH for this game, is on deck. Gamble at second, a run in. Here's the pitch. High, ball 4. The appeal says he did not go. And Carmichael's aboard on the second walk of the inning. And that will draw a visit to the mound.
Yeah, and on our stats here, it does show that the right-hander pitcher, Devin Bennett, does have a little bit of control issues with those 8 base on balls. So definitely a little bit of a concern early in the game with two walks and a third of an inning. So definitely, I think a smart walk to the mound for them.
Head coach at Sam Houston is Jay Sirianni. He's been there, well, this is his 6th season. Sam Houston State, by the way, you might remember, is where David Pierce once coached, the former Texas coach that made friends when he was here last year when he said, my team's getting on the bus. We're going home. We win. He's no longer the Texas head coach, Jim Schlossnagle now.
What a strange series that was, you know.
That was weird.
But hey, we won't get into it, though.
I will just, though, on a side note, mention that OU beat Texas in basketball last night.
That's right.
Made me feel a little better. Here's Sam Christensen. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Meeting on the mound is over. And the first pitch to Sam is low. Christensen, .353 average. He's homered once. 10 runs batted in. He leads the team in on-base percentage at .564. It's because not only does he have a good batting average, but he's walked a team high 17 times. Downstairs, 2-0.
Yeah, just the games that I've watched of Sam he just has such a really good eye. Not really swinging at any pitches that aren't in his zone, and that he does a really good job of controlling his zone as well.
2-0 pitch is ripped to first. Nice stop by Frandon there. He'll step on the bag for out number 2. And the runners advance. That ball had a chance to get into the corner. Nice play.
Well, I'm also confused at why he didn't throw that ball to second. You know, that ball was hit on the buttons. You know, it kind of just didn't seem like he wanted to turn a double play right there.
First pitch is a fastball strike to Kyle Branch. 2 outs and a chance to drive in a pair here with the base hit. The freshman hitting .375, but he's just 1 for 10 the last 3 games. Cooled off a bit here. The 0-1, low and away. Sooners have plated a run here in the first, looking for more.
Yeah, they've looked really good this inning. Controlling the strike zone, not swinging at any pitches out of the zone.
1-1 is low.
Doing a really good job of leaving those balls in the dirt. I bet you they had a really good plan coming into this game of knowing that this guy does struggle with command a little bit, and so definitely seeing that plan come to fruition right now.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball center field. Backing is Blackman. He's underneath it. On the back pedal, he's got it, and that'll end the inning. So the Sooners get a hit, a pair of walks, score a run. And as we move to the second, game one of a doubleheader, they lead 1-0. Today's broadcast brought to you by Purina. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Or online at shop.soonersports.com. Second inning, 1-0 Sooners in front. Cam Johnson, after giving up a leadoff infield single in the first, struck out the next 3 batters. And he'll start the second by facing Blake Brown, right-handed hitting third baseman here. First pitch is a bit high. Brown, a sophomore from Montgomery, Texas. He was 0 for 2 with a pair of walks on Friday.
I wonder if he knows John Spikerman.
Yeah, there's a couple of Montgomery guys on this team. 2-0 the count. The 9-hole hitter, the DH today, Sam Lee, is from Montgomery. We were down in College Station to play basketball a few weeks back. Here's the 2-0, 3-0. And I went down to the front desk to ask them about, if there was a room that I could use the next morning to do the radio show. A young man at the front desk, and I obviously had an OU pullover on. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Blake Brown, strike call. And he said, you work for the team? And I said, yeah, I do the radio. He said, do you do any other sports? And I told him. And he said, oh, do you know a baseball player named John Spikerman? 3-1, strike 2 call. And I said, heck yeah, I know Spike. Hashtag Spike was safe. And he said, that's my best friend in high school. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that had to be pretty cool. And you said this was a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, well, about whenever we played A&M down there. Called strike 3, got him on the outside corner again. Watch out, Kyson Witherspoon. Cam Johnson's got 4 in a row.
Yeah, Cam seems like he's trying to top that performance on Friday here, huh?
And the last 3 have been looking. 3 of the 4 strikeouts have been on full count pitches. The zone is definitely more giving today than it was on Friday. I'll say that. Here's Brady Christensen, tall, left-handed hitting right fielder, takes a ball outside. Yeah, that was a few weeks back when we played basketball.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, Spike is he's a star.
Yeah, he might be the mayor of Montgomery down there or something.
2-0 the count to Christensen. Senior here from Elkhorn, Nebraska. Sandjack product, 1 for 3 Friday with a run scored. 311 average, that's second best on the team. He's homered once. 2-0 to him is in there for a strike. KP, it looks to me like it's been almost all fastballs.
Yeah, I was going to say Cam has done a really good job of definitely spotting that fastball on the outside and inside part of the zone. And so I think a lot of those 3-2 counts, he'll try to overpitch early in the count, but kind of come down and relax and just groove that fastball in there.
3-1 now. He's got to get to 3 balls before he goes to work. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first, and the strikeout streak ends, but Taki outraces Christensen to the bag for out number 2.
Yeah, and Toby, obviously, I know that Cam isn't trying to get in those 3-ball counts. That you never want to get in a 3-ball count because as a hitter, what's coming is more than likely a fastball over the plate. And so definitely as this game goes on, he'll have to start getting into those counts, better counts early in that bat.
The catcher, Marthel Johnny now. Strike 1, got ahead here. Right-handed hitter, junior from Salina, Texas. Temple College product. 0 for 2 with a walk in the opener. The 0-1. Fooled him. Change up there, 0-2.
Really good change up on the outside part of the plate there.
Ty Marthel Johnny. I was watching Josh call the game with Blake on Friday, and when this guy came up, I said, oh boy, I better start practicing that pronunciation. 1-2 the count. That fastball barely missed the bottom of the zone at 95. That was a good pitch.
Great pitch right there.
2 outs, nobody on. Looking for strikeout number 5. Here's the 1-2. Got him. Swinging, blew him away. Inning is over. This is as good as we've seen Cam Johnson pitch here in his 4th start in a Sooner uniform. Through 2 innings, 5 strikeouts, no walks. And he's got a 1-0 lead. Today's broadcast brought to you by Sooner Sports Podcast is your all-access audio pass to Sooner Sports. Find exclusive Sooner Sports content like post-game coverage, coaches shows, and classic broadcasts on the Sooner Sports Podcast presented by Allstate and the Riverwind Casino. Strike one called to Dayton Taki to start the bottom of the second inning. And he swings and pulls this one foul. Nice bare hand stab made down there by Todd Butler in the first base coach's box. 0-2. And now the Bearkats will shift 3 to the right side of the infield against the Sooner first baseman. Here's the 0-2. High.
I've always wondered if that affected people's mentality in the box as well, especially with 2 strikes and you see all those guys moving over. It never really bothered me.
Did they shift you much?
Not much.
Yeah.
I was a pull happy guy at times.
2-2 to Taki.
But for the most part, they would play me pretty straight up. And if they did, it did stick in my head where I'm like, okay, maybe I should try to drive this ball to the right center field. But it's so hard.
Swinging a foul tip, but hung on to by Marthel Johnny for the strikeout. And that is the first strikeout for Devin Bennett. 1 gone. Sooners up 1-0 here in the second. Dawson Willis now. He's in the 8-hole today. 1 for 4 with a run in the opener. 244 average. 10 runs batted in for Willis. And the fastball misses high at 87. Yeah, it's like psychologically, when they shift on you, I could see you saying, I got to go the other way now. There's a strike.
Well, yeah, and it was, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, instead of just thinking about, just go up there and hit, I was always thinking about, let me try to drive this ball to the second baseman. Instead of, just so worrying about hitting the fastball and seeing spin up, I was thinking about, the right center gap is so fat. Like, let me just try to drive a line drive right there.
Swing and a miss makes it 2-2 to Dawson Willis. Devin Bennett working very quickly on the mound, which we don't mind at all on a doubleheader day. Here's the 2-2 with 1 out. And he strikes out Willis. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the second. Section 405 is nicely inhabited today out in right field.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any dogs out there.
I don't know. You were here Friday for game 1. We had a good crowd, I think, didn't we?
Really good crowd Friday night in Section 405. I was really happy to see that. A lot of students out there. Heard them screaming at the right fielder every time a pop-up was out there, so shout out that.
Desan Harris now swings and misses at the first pitch. 2 for 4 with a double. Had a big 2 RBI hit in the opener. 5-game hit streak for Harris. Earned him another start here today. Hitting .467. Grounds that to second. Easy play for Addison Smith, and the Sooners go in order quickly in the second inning. 1-2-3. We head to the third. 1-0. Oklahoma leads it. Cam Johnson back to the bump. Today's broadcast brought to you by Purina. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. The gaming floor has almost 3,000 of your favorite games, complemented by a variety of bars, restaurants, and the best live music in the metro. It's no surprise that Riverwind is always a good time. 1-0 Sooners, third inning time here in game 1 of a doubleheader. Cam Johnson has struck out 5 guys. He'll start by facing the 8-hole hitter Addison Smith. And the first pitch misses upstairs. The only hit he's given up was to the first batter of the game, Parker Blackman, on a little infield chopper. Has retired all 6 since. 5 Ks and 1 ground out. This one's popped up. Right field, long run, Desan Harris near the line. He's got it in foul territory for out number 1.
Really good play right there by Desan, getting closer to that wall. That can be really scary at times, and so definitely in the wind playing a little part in this as well. So really good job by him.
How do you do that at full sprint, running toward the wall? Do you glance every once in a while down? First pitch is to the backstop, ball 1.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you have to kind of just get acclimated to it.
Yeah.
You can't really think about the wall or anything because then you'll take your mind off the ball. I think it's one of those things you look during BP, working on it during BP, seeing what balls do what at different parks and stuff like that helps a lot. And you kind of just have to go in attack mode. You can't really be afraid of the wall. You know, it's got cushion on there, so run full speed. Pray for the best.
2-0 the count. So, well, first, here's the pitch. Fouled back. This is 9-hole hitter Sam Lee. Virginia Tech, right? The catch, go flipping into the bullpen the year you go to the World Series. You knew it was coming, right?
Yeah.
Full speed. I mean, you knew you were about to hit it, right?
Yeah, so what happened there, and I'll explain after this pitch.
2-1 is fouled off.
Is that, you know, it was a foul ball. I knew it was going to be foul. I just couldn't really tell how foul it was going to be. And I know it was one of those games where, you know, you're putting your life on the line for anything.
Right.
You know,
you're playing to go to the College World Series.
We're playing to go to the College World Series. So, you know, I was nervous, but.
Swing and a miss. It's another strikeout for Cam Johnson. That's 6 of them. 2 outs.
I kind of just knew that it had some cushion there. And, you know, as long as I timed it up pretty well, I knew I was either going to land right on the wall or it's going to clip me and I had a potential and I was going to potentially flip over. But I knew it wasn't like a long fall over. So I was like, why not just try to jump for it? And, you know, I wanted to make sure I caught the ball before I hit the wall. So I took a little jump and that jump flipped me over.
Parker Blackman takes a ball outside. That was awesome. What was the reaction afterwards? It makes SportsCenter top 10 and everything. Did your phone just go nuts?
Well, the funny thing, too, here was the kid.
1-0's fouled off.
The kid that was warming up for Virginia Tech was...
That was their bullpen.
It was their bullpen, and there was a kid warming up. And I flip over, and, like, I land on my face kind of, but I'm able to put my hands down, but I land on my face, and all I can hear... One, I know I caught it. And I could hear the kid, so I was excited because I knew I caught it, but I heard the kid like, hey, nice catch, bro. And I was like, I appreciate it.
That's great. 2 balls and a strike to Blackman. He's got the only hit for the Bearcats. Grounds that one back up the middle. Tough play. Branch scoops, throws, got him. No, safe is the call. Wow, I thought he got him easily.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know about that call. That really good play right there by Cal coming on the run against a speedy runner there. Bang, bang play right there. I guess we'll have to, I don't know if Skip's going to replay that one or not.
It looks like they will not challenge, so my apologies. Blackman beat it out.
No, same. I thought he was out too.
And that's 2 infield singles for Parker Blackman, and it'll bring the dangerous Hunter Autry to the plate now with a runner aboard. Left on left matchup, strike 1.
Hey, I never complained about a 2-for-2 day, no matter how you get them. No matter
the
how
way
you get
Cam Johnson's pitching right now, you'll take him.
Yeah.
Best catch of your career? What would you say is the best catch of your career? That's probably the most famous one.
Yes, I would say the best in terms of difficulty. I've never robbed a home run like that one against Kansas when Jamie Hitt was pitching.
Yep.
And
went over the wall, brought it back.
Yes, I've never done that before.
1-1. Strike called.
To the point where I timed it up so perfectly, you know, and I had to go back pretty far, at least like 20, 30 feet.
You were so fired up after that catch.
Because I don't think people understand like how cool of a feeling that is.
Yeah, I bet. 1-2 with 2 outs is a throw to first base.
Yeah,
Did you take one away at Wichita State?
Yes, and that was also a cool one, but we were getting beat.
Yeah, you lost 18-1.
Yeah, we were getting beat 18-1, I think.
Or 18-0 maybe. That's the last game you lost before you went on that long run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we needed it.
Mm-hmm. Looking for another K. Runner goes, pitches low, and Carmichael has no throw. Into second goes Blackman with his second stolen base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
Yeah, and he's just been finding really good counts to run in. You know, both counts, I think Easton has bobbled the ball, whether it's due to it being out over the plate, out away from the plate, or on the ground. So really good job by him.
The pitch. Line drive, base hit into right. Harris has to back up and play it. Blackman will round and score, and the game is tied. Back-to-back two-out hits. Plates a run for the Bearkats, and it's 1-1 in Norman. RBI for Hunter Autry, his team leading 14th of the year.
Sometimes, Toby, that's why I say speed kills too. You know, that kid has 2 infield hits, gets a stolen base, and then you get a RBI to right field. So, really good job by Blackman to get on and get over.
Jace Martinez now takes the first pitch low. I'd really like to look at that play at first base again.
I know.
He never did get a good replay.
I'm really surprised that Skip didn't challenge it. You know, I know he's always quick to pull that challenge trigger, so.
Here's the 1-0. Fouled off the end of the bat. 1 ball and 1 strike. You asked me a while back about caught stealing percentages. I'm going to say 35%. Now, there may be somebody out there that disagrees, but I just kind of looking at the stats through the years, I feel like if you've thrown out 35% or more of the would-be base stealers, that's really pretty good. Runner goes here. Fly ball into left field. That's well hit, but Gamble's going to get there to make the chest-high catch in left center for the final out of the inning. Wendell Pettis back with you on a really nice and getting warmer with every minute Sunday afternoon. It's 1-1. Bottom of the third we go. We'll play a 7-inning game following this one. In the series finale, there will be approximately 45 minutes between games. Jason Walk, who has scored the only run for Oklahoma in this game, leads off the third. Walked and came around to score back in the first inning. And he takes a first pitch strike from Devin Bennett.
I hear that dog barking. I can't find him, though. I've been looking for him, too.
0-2. Bennett has allowed just 1 hit. The Trey Gamble infield single so far. The 0-2 here is high. He has struck out 2 and walked 2. Sooners had a chance to put a crooked number on him back in the first, but he was able to get the big out to keep it to 1. That's pulled to first. Diving stop by Frandon. Up, flip, and in time to get walk. The pitcher Bennett covering. Really nice play. The second nice play of the game by first baseman Ryan Frandon.
Yeah, really good play right there by the first baseman. Good job by the pitcher, too, to beat J-Walk over there. You know, you got a very fast runner going down first base line, and so for him to kind of keep his poise and be able to make that play is really good job by them.
Here's Willits. 0 for 1. Batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing pitcher, and he takes the first pitch inside. Sooners come into play today, number 10 in the RPI. Early in the season, but it's starting to shape up. You're starting to see the best teams get to the top. That ball's hammered to right. That's deep. Track. Wall. Gone. Jackson Willits turns on 1. His 4th home run of the season. And just like that, Oklahoma back in front, 2-1.
Just a really good job right there by Jackson, looking for that fastball in the third part of the zone as he turned on it there, sending it out to right field. Really good job. And like I said, Toby, he's been swinging the bat well, you know, putting good wood on it, putting a good barrel on it, just not really getting the results he wanted, but I bet you he'll take that result.
13th home run of the year for Oklahoma. Trey Gamble now takes 1 high. Only one team in the conference has hit fewer home runs than OU. You want to guess who it is? Here's the 1-0.
Missouri?
I knew that would be the guess. That is not right. It's Vanderbilt.
Really?
Yeah, Vandy has only hit 11.
Okay.
Remember, OU's played fewer games than most teams in the conference when you're talking cumulative stats. 3-0 the count to Gamble. Tennessee has hit 44 homers already.
Makes no sense.
3-0 to Gamble is a strike at the knees. Sooners lead the league in triples, middle of the pack in fielding percentage. Popped foul. They have the second fewest strikeouts at the plate in the league. 84 coming into play today, 86 now. Only Kentucky has fewer strikeouts at the plate than OU. That's a number Reggie will like. Mm-hmm. The payoff. Upstairs, he walks Gamble. Third walk by Bennett. OU has stolen the second most bases. Kentucky, again, the only team that has stolen more than OU.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that just goes to show that everybody has their advantages. You know, some people with Tennessee, they like to hit home runs. We like to run.
Yep.
You know, they probably have higher strikeout numbers than we do because they want to hit more home runs. We want to put the ball in play. We like our speed. And so I like that. I like that those numbers are how they are. You know, it just kind of shows what type of team we are and who we like to be.
Carmichael now, he walked his first time up. And his first pitch of this at-bat is a fastball on the outer half for a strike. Sooners lead it 2-1. We're in the bottom of the third. And a throw to first base sends Gamble back in faced first. Trey Gamble 6 for 6 in stolen base attempts. As is Dawson Willis. Dancing around over there at first base right now. Does not run. Check swing by Carmichael, and they say he held up. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, there's been a lot of pickoffs today already.
Yeah.
I would say at least 12 to 15 already.
Too many on a doubleheader day.
Too
KP.
many on a doubleheader.
There's another one. You're going to change your mind on that pickoff rule.
Yeah, real soon, huh?
It's a lot of fun when you're in the dugout. A ball and a strike, right versus right here. And the pitch to Carmichael is inner half strike, 1-2.
I always hated diving back in the first two on a pickoff. You know, a lot of people don't really see much about it, but it kind of hurts. You know,
does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt, but you're just like, and you know, you got to get up again, dust yourself off.
You got old.
Maybe that's what it was. You know, I was tired of getting up.
Gamble goes. Carmichael fouls it back. I mean, if I did it, I'd bounce.
Yeah.
You flat bellies, I could see how it bruises the ribs a little bit.
Yeah, it was just like, dude, like you already thrown over here 3 times. You want to just leave me alone now?
Right. Come on, man. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Easton Carmichael. And he takes the breaking ball high. That looked like it slipped out of Bennett's hand. That would have been a good pitch to run on. 2-2.
Yeah, definitely with 2 strikes here, I wouldn't be surprised if Reggie tries to get some motion here.
Line drive left center field. That'll hunt. Base hit, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Gamble heads to third. He'll come home. It's kicked around out there. Carmichael's going to third base. He's got at least a double. Maybe they'll give him 3. And it's 3-1 OU. A rocket up the left center field alley for Easton Carmichael.
What a swing. What an AB by Easton. You know, sitting there with 2 strikes, just wanting to put something in play, got a ball up in his zone and drove it into the left center gap. Really good job by Easton Carmichael.
15th run batted into the year. Another extra base hit for Easton. That's his 4th double and his 10th extra base hit in 14 hits this year. They are going to give him a double and an error out there that allowed him to reach third base.
Yeah, and I was looking out there, too. I couldn't really tell what was going on. I don't know if he dropped it or what.
Sam Christensen fouls it off. I took my eyes off of it as well, watching Gamble round third. But when you look up, the ball's bounding away from the left fielder and the center fielder, so somebody booted it. Christensen lifts one into left. Is it deep enough? It's fairly shallow. In after it, Autry. He's got it. Carmichael tags. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Superman slide, and it's 4-1 OU. Sack fly RBI for Christensen.
Really good job right there by Sam. I know he probably wanted to get that ball a little bit deeper in the outfield, but just enough room out there for us to get that extra run in. Really good job right here by the Sooners in this 3rd inning.
It's 11 RBI on the year for Christensen. And Oklahoma's put 3 on the board here in the bottom of the third. Kyle Branch now with 2 outs and nobody on. Flied out to center his first time. Looks at a breaking ball for a strike. This is the Conference USA portion of the segment for OU. They had Dallas Baptist Tuesday, Sam Houston this weekend, and then it'll be Louisiana Tech Wednesday night. All of those teams live in Conference USA. 1-1 the count to Branch, and they are all 3 picked near the top of the conference this year. 2-1.
Was this on purpose that we did this?
No, I don't know. Ask Ryan Game.
Yeah, that'll be a question for Ryan.
DBU picked to win the conference. Louisiana Tech picked 2nd. Sam Houston picked 4th. Ground ball to short. Martinez has it. His throw is a good one, and the original corny dogs, Coca-Cola, the Baked Bear, Community Coffee, Taco Mayo, Wonderful, and Boomerang Diner. 4-1 OU, 4th inning, game 1 of a doubleheader. And Cam Johnson beginning his 4th inning of work. First pitch comes in and clips Ryan Frandon, and the leadoff man is aboard. Cam Johnson has not walked anybody today, but he has given up his first free base runner of the day on a hit by pitch.
Yeah, and I know Cam's probably frustrated with himself right there. You know, after your team has gone out and put up 3 runs here in the third, you never want to go and get that guy, whether it's a 4-pitch walk or a hit by pitch. You never want to get that first guy on and potentially have them get a good inning as well.
6 strikeouts, no walks for Johnson so far today. He'll face the right-handed hitting Blake Brown now. One of his 6 strikeout victims. First pitch misses just outside. One run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Bearcats. 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Sooners. The 1-0 fouled off the end of the bat toward the Bearcat dugout. Johnson just 57 pitches. The most he's gone in an outing so far this year, 82. That was last week. Skip has gradually raised his pitch count. I would guess might let him get to 90 today. We'll see. The 1-1. Again fouled off the end of the bat. Change up there, 1-2.
Yeah, and winning those 3-2 counts has been really crucial for him, I believe. I think that it's helped, one, keep his pitch count down.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep some runners off the bases and keep Skip happy over there, winning those 3-2 counts.
That's the most important thing. Keep Skip happy. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the 1-2 to Blake Brown. Low. The error for Sam Houston is their 23rd of the year.
23?
Yeah, they've kicked it around a bit here in game 14.
Oh, man.
They've played a tough schedule. The record just 3-10, but they've challenged themselves early in the year with tough competition. Just outside, full count. They played in that Frisco Classic with Nebraska, Kansas State, and LSU. Lost all 3 of those games. Started the season with Missouri State, obviously a good program. Lost 2 of 3 to them. And now here at Oklahoma. Here's the payoff. And he walked him. We jinxed him.
We did.
There's the first walk, and the first 2 have reached here in the Bearcat 4th.
And I was also going to say, I'll never hate on a team who plays a tough schedule early in the year. I've always been a fan of that. You know, yeah. I like competition, so I always was a fan of playing some high-ranked teams early in the season. No matter if it was a win or a loss, I think it helps either way. You know, if you win, that helps with that RPI. If you lose, it probably doesn't knock that RPI down too much. And so I've always been a fan of playing those high-ranked teams. I didn't like playing, you know, lower tier teams and things like that. Just because I get it, you know, some people want to get some confidence and things like that. But I always played off of competition. Like I always wanted to big dog versus big dog, me versus you. Like let's go and let's do it.
Your blood got pumping a little more when it was a big name.
Oh yeah.
In the other dugout.
Oh yeah.
A quick infield meeting on the mound, no coach involved, and now we're ready for the Brady Christensen at bat. First, Cam Johnson's going to spin and bounce one to second base. So 2 on, nobody out. Sooners have just scored 3 to go in front, 4-1. Sam Houston State threatening to punch back here. Christensen grounded out his first at bat.
Yeah, I think Cam just playing a little bit of basketball out there and due to the win. A couple bounce passes to the pitchers. I mean, to the position players, you know.
First pitch misses low. Christensen had squared to bunt there. Taki charging from first, and now Skip's going to go out and have a conversation.
How's the crowd today, you think?
Okay. It's a little chilly.
It's a little chilly.
And it's, we started early. I'm going to guess it builds a little bit. If you were going to go to church and come to the game, you would have had a hard time being here by when it started. You might be waiting for it to warm up a bit, so it's okay today. It's been really good this year.
It has been. I think that second game we'll get a lot more people too. It'll be warm, 7-inning game, so people don't have to sit through the whole 9-inning game.
You got softball going on today too,
yeah,
so we're
that is true.
Splitting our allegiances again.
Never good when you have to fight for your fans against softball. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
to
not
win.
here. Would love it if the SEC would, kind of have one team home, one on the road every weekend, so the fans could go to everything. That'd be great. There you go. 1 ball, no strikes. Skip back in the dugout. Left on left matchup here. Christensen not bunting, swings away, lifts one into left center. That one's carrying back there. Gamble and walk collide, and they drop it. Into third goes Frandon. Everybody's safe. Walk and Gamble collide in left center field, and the ball pops out. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And the runner at first has been called out. Why?
He must have ran past that guy at second.
There's one out. Christensen has been sent to the dugout. There's no argument from the Sam Houston dugout. Runners at second and third, one out. I think you're right, KP. I think
Yeah, that's only happened.
Either that or both runners occupied the base at the same time.
The thing is that it's only happened to me maybe one time where a situation like that has happened. And the only thing I can think of is he must have ran past that guy at first. Maybe he was trying to go back to first and tag up on that play because he saw that there was some miscommunication there. I can't really give you a solid answer, though, other than that.
So it works as a sac fly ball foul the other way. A fielding error on Oklahoma and a base running error by Sam Houston on the same play. So second and third, one out for the Bearcats. Ty Marthel-Johnny is the batter. He struck out his first at-bat. Here's the 1-1 to him. Line drive down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It is a fair ball. 1 run is in. They're going to stop Blake Brown at third base. An RBI single. Good job. Desan Harris's speed kept that ball from getting into the corner. And it's 4-2.
Yeah, really good job by Desan there, getting that ball really quick, leaving that guy at first base. Now we got first and third here. We can get us a double play and get up out of this inning. I know this inning has been quite interesting already, so I would like to get out of this inning with less damage done.
Just kind of poked that one the other way, and it landed fair down the right field line. Addison Smith now, the 8-hole hitter, popped out his first time. 4 hits now for the Bearcats to go with their 2 runs. First pitch is low, squirts out of the glove of Carmichael, but the runners stay put.
Yeah, back to that play out in the outfield, too. I really don't know what happened out there.
What's the protocol out there?
Okay, so to break it down for you, the center fielder is the king. Center fielder is king. He can call off anyone who he wants. It's the center fielder's ballpark every time.
1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss, changeup.
And so that can
What if you're both saying, I got it?
And that's why, so we usually do, the corner outfielders will say, I got it twice. 2 to 3 times, I got it. The center fielder or whoever has priority, so like let's say there's a third baseman calling, I got it, but if the shortstop wants to call it, they continue to call it over and over and over again, because you will have a time where if y'all are both saying I got it at the same time, you won't understand. You won't hear who is who. So you, as a center fielder, you call it over and over and over again, 10, 20 times. It doesn't matter. You want to call it because you just don't want to play like that to happen right there. That's only communication.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
That's only a communication problem right there. Nobody really messed up. It's really just straight communication.
So the corner outfielders will say it 2 or 3 times and then shut up.
Yes.
Center fielder keeps going. He overrides. If he's still going, get out of his way.
Center fielder overrides everybody in the outfield. Corner outfielders override every outfielder.
Pick off to first. They got the runner hung up. Runner's coming home. Throw to the plate. Got him. Executed perfectly. Willits to Carmichael. Bearkats tried to steal a run there with trickery, and the Sooners sniffed it out. Yeah, Sam Houston State might not know that's a play you guys run all the time.
All the time. I was going to say that was really well executed by the Sooners on defense. I know that kind of looked like they were trying to steal something out of Reggie's box or something right there. So really good job by us to notice that is something that we like to put on as well and get that out at home.
Taki threw to Willits at second, and as soon as he did, the runner Brown broke for home, and Willits pivoted and threw a laser to Carmichael. Called strike 3 inside corner. And that's how the inning ends. 7th strikeout for Cam Johnson. Well, the Bearcats get 1. It could have been a bigger number than that. Bottom 4, we go in norm exclusively. Mathis home and Devon Energy. 4-2 Sooners in front. Taki leads off the bottom of the 4th. What you had to say during the commercial break was fascinating as Taki fouls it back. I'd love for you to relay it to the listeners and viewers, too. You were talking about how it's not, a lot of things were going through their minds probably there in left center. It's not as easy as just get out of the way.
Yeah, and a lot of people, might be frustrated with that drop ball, but it's a lot that goes into play right there. I think it was first and second right there.
Correct.
And it was a fly ball to the gap, less than 2 outs. So I know he's trying to tag up there. And
1 ball and 2 strikes to Taki.
And as that ball was hitting play, I know that it started tailing to left field. But from Jaywalk's perspective, he's thinking that guy's probably about to tag.
Taki pulls it foul.
That guy's probably about to tag, and he's running towards third base. He has the momentum towards third base to get that ball off and probably get a stronger throw than Trey, who's kind of was on his back on his heels, didn't really have any momentum going to third. So I understand that ball was going straight to Trey.
Yeah.
But especially so if me and Spike were out there, and I know that ball is coming right to me, if I know that Spike has a stronger arm than me, and I know he's going to have momentum going to third, I will definitely let him take that ball.
2-2 to Taki. So Gamble's saying, hey, the ball's coming right at me, dude. And Jason Walk's like, yeah, but I got the momentum to go to third base if he tries to tag.
You have to hide that ego. You really do.
Out of play.
As an outfielder, as a corner outfielder, you have to control your ego because there will be plays where the center fielder has priority. So you have to respect that. You have to respect that and understand that. And I don't know if Jaywalk didn't scream loud enough or what it was.
Called strike 3 to Taki on a pitch that looked low. That is the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning. Second time that Devin Bennett has struck out Dayton Taki today. And his 3rd strikeout total. The other one came against this guy, Dawson Willis, who steps in now. Well, they were talking about it. You could see between innings, Walk and Gamble in the dugout talking through it. Strike 1 to Willis.
Yeah, and it's one of those things you talk to your teammate about it, and you're like, dude, what's going on or whatever, and you're frustrated, but at the end of the day, you hug it out, you take care of it. Look, y'all are up. They only scored 1 run. It's okay.
0-2 to Dawson Willis. And the pitch is pulled foul. The other thing is Spike, Madron played a whole bunch of baseball together out there. You had the communication thing down. We are, 14 games now, 13 and a half games into a new outfield. So they're still working through some things. That'll be a learning moment. 1-2 to Willis. Yeah, you'd rather they drop it today than a week from today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Or in Omaha, I guess you would say.
Swing and a miss. And Bennett has 4 strikeouts, and they've all come against Dayton Taki and Dawson Willis. 2 outs.
Yeah, and just looking at Dawson, I know he's been scuffling out the plate. It just seems like up there he's been getting himself in some pretty bad counts. You know, some 0-2 counts early in that bat, and I think that's what causes a slump and things like that. Is, you know, you always feel like, dang, I'm already in another 0-2 count. I'm already in a 2-strike count, and it's been 2-3 pitches in that bat, and you're just like, dude, I just can't get out of these 2-strike counts. And so I think Dawson just needs to do a better job of, you know, either getting some good pitches early in his AB or working the count to a hitter's count.
Deshaun Harris fouls a pitch back, a ball and a strike to Harris. He grounded out to second in his first at-bat. 4-2, Sooners lead it. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Game 1 of 2 here today. The second game will be a 7-inning game. The pitch. That is ripped into right center field base hit. Harris is going to try for 2. Rounds first. Ball's bobbled in right field. Harris, like a lightning bolt, around second into third. I think they'll score at a double and another outfield error on Sam Houston State. Boy, can Deshaun Harris fly.
Man, what a play right there by Deshaun, just driving that ball to the gap. And I definitely will think that's a error on the outfielder. You know, that ball, for the people who couldn't see that either as well, that ball was hit really hard, and that ball was still going pretty fast when the outfielder tried to catch that ball. And so I don't know why he didn't use his glove, tried to use his hand, but hey.
We got a pitching change. Sam Houston State going to their bullpen for the first time today. It's a Serta Pro Painters pitching change. We'll take a timeout. Oklahoma leads Sam Houston State 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield.
Hey, Sooner fans, want to make the most of not only your game day, but every day? Norman Parks and Recreation has got you covered. With 68 beautiful parks all over Norman, there's always a place to have fun or connect with nature. Swim or shoot hoops at the Young Family Athletic Center. Take a walk at Ruby Grant. Hang out with friends at the Adult Wellness Center. Or tee off at Westwood. And don't forget to make a splash at the Westwood Family Aquatic Center. Follow us on social at Norman OK Parks to explore all we have to offer. Norman Parks and Recreation, where Norman plays.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Change brought to you by Serta Pro Painters. Are you looking to make a change in your home? The professionals at Serta Pro Painters can help. Mention this ad and get 10% off your interior or exterior painting from Serta Pro Painters. Call 405-990-8521. Right-hander Danny Valadez on for the Bearcats. Wears number 36'6'2", junior from Round Rock, Texas. Started his collegiate career at Tyler Junior College, then went to Baylor, and has transferred from Baylor here to Sam Houston. He's been brought on to face the top of the order, Jason Walk, with a runner at third base and 2 outs here in the Sooner fourth inning. KP, there's been 3 errors in this game combined, all of them committed by your fellow outfielders today. What's going on with your outfields?
I don't know.
That's got to be painful for you to watch.
It's been pretty painful to watch. I've been pretty quiet over here, but deep down inside, I'm just, you know, it's not what I want to see right now. But just a lot of fundamental things that's going on right now that literally can be cleaned up in a practice or two. And I think it's just a few things that, you know, it's early in the season, so a few of these things haven't happened probably yet. And so I'm just excited, like you said, that they're getting out of the way early.
2 errors on Sam Houston State, 1 on Oklahoma. Walk shows bunt, takes a strike outside, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. You said Reggie Willett says if the ball is moving, never try to pick it up with your bare hand in the outfield.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to tell the radio people before we went on break, is that on that ball that Deshaun hit, that ball was hit really hard. Hit about at least 100 plus or 95 plus, and that ball was sent to the gap, and that right fielder tried to pick that ball up with his hand. That ball was still rolling at least 20, 30 miles per hour. You know what I mean? Probably harder than that. And it's just like, in a situation like that, just use your glove, man, and things like that won't happen.
1-1 to walk. The pitch is low and in. 2 balls and a strike. Jason walked and scored in the first. Was out on a very nice play by the first baseman, Ryan Frandon, 3-1 in the third. Here's the pitch. Hit hard and caught. Frandon again at first. He is Jason Walk's arch nemesis today. A line drive out, scalded that baseball, and it ends the inning. Sooners leave a man. We head to the 5th, still 4-2, Oklahoma in front in Game 1 on Sunday. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield. Fries, hand-dipped ice cream, milkshakes and sundaes made with Brahms A2 fresh milk. Brahms Farm Fresh for over 50 years. Proud partner of Sooner Athletics. Cam Johnson beginning his 5th inning of work. And the first pitch is a called strike to the DH, Sam Lee. 4-2, Oklahoma leads it. Cam Johnson, his best start in a Sooner uniform so far today. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. That pitch misses inside.
Yeah, Cam's looked really good today. Just looks like he's been throwing mostly fastballs today, no?
Mostly. He's mixed in a few more changeups and sliders here. Second time through the order. The 1-1. There's the changeup. A little high and away. 2-1. Lee, a strikeout victim, his first at-bat. Swinging foul chopper to the right. 6'6" Cam Johnson. I mean, that is a intimidating figure coming at you off the mound, KP.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you know, his fastball must be heavy because it has been, you know, it's been mostly, you know, 92, 93, but like that
95,
95 there. But, you know, I've seen a couple 92s and 93, 94 up there. And it's just been, it seems like he's knocking the bat out of their hands with the baseball. And so hasn't been really good, many really good hits or barrels. So
there's a walk. That's the second he's issued, and it's a leadoff walk here in the 5th. You know, that's 76 pitches. You know, Skip would love for him to be able to get through the 5th here. Keep that pitch count under 90 and have him in line to hopefully get a victory if you could go the rest of the way. He's struggled with this guy. Parker Blackman has 2 infield singles off of him. There's a dart fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, it just seems like this kid's just putting a little bit of piece of the bat on the ball and just finding ways to get on base.
He lets his speed take over from there. Runner at first, nobody out. Squares to bunt this time and missed it. Throw down to first, and safe is the call. Close play. Good throw by Carmichael to Taki. And it's an 0-2 count to Blackman, who offered at that pitch, trying to bunt it, missed it.
Really good job right there by Easton, too, for that back pick. You know, as a runner there, when you see a guy squaring the bunt, you know, especially when he tries to bunt it to you, you get a little antsy.
Got him swinging. Johnson wins this time over Blackman. Strikeout number 8. 1 out. Hunter Autry, RBI single last time up. He's 1 for 2. Malachi Witherspoon will start the second game of the doubleheader, game 3 of the series. A little bit later today. Ball 1. Skip said he wanted to split the Witherspoons this weekend. This is the way he did it on opening weekend, too, when the Sooners had a doubleheader. He went Kyson game 1, Cam Johnson game 2, Malachi game 3. And he said he's undecided on what his approach will be with the 3 of them next weekend. Obviously, Kyson's getting the ball on Friday, but whether he goes back-to-back Witherspoons or puts Cam in the middle of them. Pick off to first. They got him. Throw down by Taki to second. And he is out. Cam Johnson, second time he's picked a runner off today. And there's 2 outs, nobody on. Sam Lee.
It's just a really good call right there by the coaching staff. You know, Cam's not really super deceptive over there with that pitch move, but he's gotten 2 guys now.
Pitch misses low, a ball. I'm going to wait till after this Autry at bat because I don't want to jinx it. There's an amazing stat for Cam Johnson early in the year working here. Pitches outside 3-0. Autry's the kind of guy that could shut you up in a hurry, so let's let this at bat finish.
Oh, yeah.
Leadoff walk is wiped off. You got the strikeout of Blackman trying to finish the 5th here. Behind in the count 3-0. The pitch is outside corner. Strike called. That was a generous outside corner there for Cam Johnson. 3-1.
Lots of 3-0 counts today.
Mm-hmm. There is a significant difference between the strike zone of this umpire and the one we had on Friday night. Chop to first. Taki's got it. He'll take it himself. It ends up being a 1-2-3 inning. And Cam Johnson officially in line for a victory now. We're halfway home in game 1 of a doubleheader on Sunday. Sooners lead it 4-2. Today's Frito-Lay, Pizza Hut, HTO, Cup Bop, Coop Ale Works, Nacho Express, and Kona Ice. Toby and KP back with you. Bottom 5, 4-2 Sooners lead, a tight one. They have received an outstanding start from Cam Johnson today. Tried to cushion the lead here. Jackson Willits homered last time up. He takes ball 1 outside from Danny Valadez. Willits crushed one over the right field wall, his 4th home run of the season. And he fouls this one off to the left. And as we saw last year, Kendall, Jackson can be streaky with the long ball.
Yeah, he can, and he's got 4 early this year, so really impressed with him early this season. Like I said earlier, I know his batting average isn't up where he wants it to be, but doing a really good job of getting some balls over the fence.
Fastball strike at the knees, 1-2. And Valadez delivers. That one's popped straight up the chute. Foul territory. Catcher and third baseman come together. It's the catcher, Marthel Johnny, that grabs it for out number 1. Trey Gamble now. This is an outstanding Sam Houston program. They have won 30 or more games in 13 straight years. That is, of course, other than 2020 when the season was halted due to COVID. Gamble takes a strike, which makes the start they're off to this year a little bit shocking, just 3-10. But, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
13 straight years they've won 30 games.
I was going to say, with a 3-10 record to start off 2025, will they have to win just about every other game to get about 30 wins?
They got to punch the gas. They got to get after it. 1-1 to Gamble. Almost hit him in the ankles, 2-1. Last time they were in the NCAA tournament, just 2 seasons ago, they made it in 2023. They played in the Baton Rouge Regional that year, won a game before being eliminated. And they got a national championship. Outside 3-1. Sam Houston State won the 1963 NAIA National Championship in baseball. Of course, would advance to the bigs not too long after that. I think it was in the 80s they went Division I. Foul ball out of play makes it a full count to Trey Gamble. He's been on twice today, an infield single and a walk. He scored a run. 3-2 to him here. Is outside, ball 4. He's aboard again.
Really good take right there on a 3-2 pitch. I mean, that ball is pretty borderline. I think it's a little out, but really good job.
Watch out, Sam Christensen. Trey Gamble now with 15 walks. He's hot on your heels. Christensen's got 17. Here's Carmichael. Easton working on a good day. Walked in the first, RBI double, and scored in the third. 1 on, 1 out. And that pitch misses low from Valadez. Cam Johnson through 5 innings. Now, I don't know if we'll see him in the 6th or not. I think probably not, as pitcher continues to warm in the Sooner bullpen. Throw to first. 4 starts now for Cam. He has given up 1 extra base hit. It was a double, and it was his last outing against CSUN. That's it.
And was that the stat that you were thinking about bringing up?
Chopper back through the middle. Slow roller, could be 2. Step on second for 1. Throw to first. It's a 6-3 double play, and that ends the inning. Sooners go in order. We've played 5 full. It's 4-2. Oklahoma leads it. Today's broadcast brought to you by Purina. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
From the Barry Switzer Center to Owen Field, experience Oklahoma football like never before with an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of Gaylord Family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Purchase your ticket today at Soonersports.com/stadium tours. Sooner fans, we're here in the top of the 6th now. It's 2-4 OU. I know you guys are probably wondering where Toby is. He had to go to the bathroom real quick. He'll be right back, but we have a new kid.
You don't
here,
have to
Michael
tell
Catalano.
everybody where I went.
He had just a quick little bathroom break.
Yeah, it's a long day, folks. We got a long day here. Michael Catalano's on. I like this kid, KP. I'm glad we get to see him today. He's been great early in the year.
Yeah, same. And I couldn't really tell who it was warming up out there in the bullpen. I thought it was Catalano. Really excited to see what he's been bringing to the team this year. And just as a freshman, man, been really incredible.
Catalano's stats so far, making his 6th appearance. He's 1-0, no ERA. In 5 2/3 innings, he's given up just 2 hits, no runs, 8 strikeouts, no walks. That is about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And he's been brought on to protect a narrow 2-run lead here in the 6th. OU 4-2. Catalano's first pitch is a fastball strike at 92. Jace Martinez, 3-hole hitter, leading off here for the Bearcats. He's 0 for 2 today. The right-hander kicks and fires. Strike 2 called. Final numbers, by the way, well, they're resetting, so hang on a second. Cam Johnson. Best start of the 4, clearly, today. Catalano's 0-2 is fouled back. 94 on that fastball. Cam goes 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. He threw 84 pitches today, 46 strikes. You'd like that percentage to be a little higher, but as you mentioned, KP, he had got the big pitches in the big moments. A lot of 3-2 strikeouts today.
Yeah, Cam, he did a really good job today of competing in those 3-2 counts. I know that he didn't want those guys on base, so definitely did a good job of keeping those guys off base and just throwing that fastball in there. You know, he has a big one, and he has a good one, and so it's fun to see when he's in the zone and punching a lot of guys out.
Catalano threw a curveball that was fouled back. Count remains 0-2 to Martinez. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball.
I really like this kid, Tobin. I'll tell you why. I think it's because as a position player, as a defensive player, when you bring in a new pitcher, especially after the starter has gone 5, 6, 7 innings or whatever, you want that relief pitcher to come in, just dominating, throwing strikes, and keeping the flow of the game going.
Yeah.
And I think Catalano does a really good job of just coming in and just, I mean, he hasn't thrown a ball yet. He just throws strike after strike after strike. And I, as a position player, someone who likes to see the ball pull and play and things like that, it's really cool to see him come in and just dominate how he has.
Strike 1 to Frandon. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Tried to check and couldn't. I think it was a strike anyway. 0-2. Frandon was hit by a pitch to start the 4th inning and came around to score the 2nd run of the day for the Bearcats. He's in an 0-2 hole here to Catalano, who brings it plateward. Fouled back. Michael Catalano, freshman out of Frisco, Texas. 6 foot 206. Sooners look like they found him a gym here. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, Catalano. That's 10 of them now on the day for OU pitching. And Blake Brown will bat with 2 outs, nobody on. Sam Houston won a regional in 2017 and went to the Supers that year. They've never been to Omaha.
Any pros from Sam Houston in the league right now?
There's a few. I didn't recognize the names, but I can find them for you here.
I might recognize them.
I was looking it up. Yeah, you probably would know better than me. There's the first ball, I think, from Catalano, delivered to Blake Brown. He's struck out and walked today.
Took him 3 batters to get a ball.
He's got to pick it up. Right back to the strike there, 1-1. Breaking ball. Oof. Well, that looked like a good pitch.
Mm-hmm. I know Council. I think Council, was he on there? He is really good for Baltimore right now, and I'm pretty sure he went to Sam Houston with
Colton
Anthony.
Cowser.
Yes, Colton Cowser.
Yep, he's Sam Houston.
Mm-hmm. He's
2-1
really
is
good.
high. So there's your presents. Ryan O'Hearn and Colton Cowser.
Those are the only 2?
According to Wikipedia, which I believe to be a very reliable source of information. These are, some in the past that have been.
So do you know who Ryan O'Hearn and Colton Cowser are?
I don't.
They're both.
It's a walk.
Crazy thing is, they both play for Baltimore too.
Okay.
I don't know if Ryan O'Hearn does still. I'm pretty sure he does, but
Well, let's see.
Colton Cowser does for sure.
First baseman for the Orioles. Previously played for the Royals, it says.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
both are from Baltimore. Maybe Sam Houston has a little pipeline with
Maybe
Baltimore Orioles or something like that. But they're both really good players too, Ryan O'Hearn and
We got an Oriole
Colton
scout
Cowser.
here today.
I don't know. We might.
Runner at first, Christensen the batter, and that breaking ball gets by Carmichael to the backstop. Wild pitch will allow Brown to move up. So after Catalano mowed down the first 2 batters he faced, he walked Brown, and he's now wild pitched him to second.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to believe that radio jinx, Toby. I think we might just need to be quiet.
Now, don't start buying into that stuff. Here comes Skip. Lefty warming in the Sooner pin. That's our guy, Jaden Barfield, I think, getting warm down there. For comprehensive coverage of college baseball and softball all season long, tune to Sirius XM SEC Radio, channel 374 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. You get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025. What do you think Skip's talking to him about them?
Yeah, I know he went out there and got 2 quick outs, and so I think with the walk there and a pass ball right there or a wild pitch right there by Catalano, I think Skip just wanted to go out there and remind him that, hey, we got 2 outs here. Let's get this guy out right here. Let's go in and get some more runs, put some more runs up on the board for the guys.
Went off speed and got a foul ball from Christensen, a ball and a strike. By the way, the Jackson Willits home run brought to you by Mathis Home. Mathis Home, the official furniture sponsor of OU Athletics. 4-2, excuse me. Sooners lead it. We're in the 6th. The 1-1. Good looking hammer. 1-2. He's thrown Christensen a steady diet of curveballs so far. Let's see what he goes to try to put him away with 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. He went fastball and he fouled it back.
Man, I love when Catalano throws that fastball. It just seems like he throws that fastball with a lot of conviction, as Skip would say. He's throwing it in his zone, not really worried about what the outcome is, and so that's the type of guy you need out there. Somebody who's going to throw it out there and not really care what happens.
2 outs. 1-2. Fly ball into right. Got under it a bit. Desan Harris is there, and the inning is over. One man left on. We head to the bottom of the sixth. 4-2 Oklahoma leads it. Today's broadcast brought to you by Bearkats to begin your career development journey today. And Sooner Baseball brought to you by OG&E. We energize life. Sam Christensen leads off the bottom of the sixth for OU and fouls the first pitch for a strike. Sam Christensen, normally a right fielder for Oklahoma. He's the DH today. And Brady Christensen, the right fielder for Sam Houston. No relation. Sam takes it low. Sam is from Mesa, Arizona. And Brady is from Elkhorn, Nebraska. 0 for 1 with a sac fly RBI today. He hits that ball into left center field. But ranging over to make the catch is the center fielder, Parker Blackman. And there's one away in the sixth. Sooners just 4 hits today for their 4 runs. Sam Houston State, 4 hits, 2 runs. Kyle Branch now 0 for 2. Let's update you on the SEC scoreboard, brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions. They're in the 8th inning in Athens. Georgia leading Columbia 9-6. Kentucky up on Wofford in a tight one, 2-1 in the 6th in Lexington. Strike called to Branch. 8-0 Ole Miss over Jacksonville State in the 5th. The 0-1 inside. Tennessee trying to stay perfect. They're up 7-1 on St. Bonaventure, 5th inning. Arkansas leads Portland 5-3 in the 6th. Line drive, base hit. Kyle Branch got his first knock of the day. Clean single into center.
Yeah, and I know that feels good for Kyle, especially after that first AB where he barreled that ball out to straight center. Definitely that one getting hit hard as well, so definitely glad to see him back on base.
South Carolina no score with Morehead State, bottom of the 4th inning in Columbia. We will be at Founders Park beginning Friday night for Oklahoma's first ever SEC baseball series. Taki now 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs. He's glad to see somebody other than Devin Bennett on the mound as he takes ball 1 from Dandy Valadez. Taki 0 for 11 in his last 4 games. A bit of a slump here. Still batting .325. That tells you how good the average was.
Yeah.
He's got the right side open if he can roll one that way, as the pickoff attempt bounced into the glove of Ryan Frandon, the first baseman. Made a nice play. Frandon's got a good glove over there.
He does. He's made a lot of good plays over there. Scooping balls, doing everything.
Runner goes, pitches a swing and a miss. Throw down to second, sails high. Backed up by the second baseman, Smith, to keep it out of center field. But Branch has a stolen base.
I like that hit and run action right there, too, especially, you know, when a guy like Taki, he's 0 for his last 11, you know, he's probably in his head. On hit and runs, you know, if the coach puts on a hit and run, you know, okay, I have to swing the bat. And all of your thinking process, everything kind of goes out of the way, and you start thinking about just swinging the bat, and that's kind of what you have to go back to. Just bring it back to the basics.
Found that one to the backstop. It's 1-2 to Taki. Branch's 3rd stolen base of the year, 35th for Oklahoma. And he's in scoring position now with 1 out. Taki and then Willis on deck, a combined 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts today. See if one of them can get a big hit here. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Headed for the alley. It is off the wall. Branch being waved around third. He'll score without a throw. RBI double for Taki.
What a beautiful scene right there by Dayton, driving that ball to the right center gap. Thought it potentially had a chance of going out today. Maybe if they had a little bit extra wind going out. But still, a really good job.
Boy, he clobbered that baseball. 2nd double for Taki of the year. 8th run batted in. And that snaps an 0 for 11. 5-2 Sooners. Dawson Willis shows bunt. And he bunts it off himself for a foul ball. Strike 1.
Really good idea right there by Dawson, too. I don't think that third baseman was playing too far in. Probably seemed about even with the third base. And so definitely a good idea to go ahead and put that bunt down and use that speed to get the first.
Yeah, he can fly. Remember, he was the one that laid down the bunt that ended up winning the game in 12 innings against Virginia down in Round Rock.
Especially for his height, too. 6'4", can run like that.
He's got Taki out at second base with one out. And a spin and throw that way. Big guy's back in. Boy, Missouri's having all kinds of struggles early in the year. They're trailing Binghamton today 5-1, third inning. Texas a 2-0 lead on Santa Clara in the third in Austin. Texas A&M up 1-0 on New Mexico State. They're in the fourth inning in College Station. Here's the 0-1. Strike called. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, he rung him up? No. Taki a short lead off second base. And the pitch just a bit outside. Vanderbilt has a 1-0 lead on Xavier in the third. LSU up 4-0 on North Alabama in the third. And Mississippi State out to a 5-0 lead on Queens in the third. Outside, 1-2. This is the last weekend before conference play begins in the SEC, and what I have recently learned is the last weekend before conference play, everybody schedules, as they say, quote-unquote, rum-dums in the league. Here's the 2-2. Hammered down the left field line. It is a fair ball. Taki will score, and Willis is into second with an RBI double. I'll trade you places.
That's right.
6-2.
How about that? After saying they were combined 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, they go 2 for 2 with 2 doubles right there. So really good job right there by Taki and Dawson.
Fourth double for Willis. His 11th run batted in, and the Sooners once again have a 4-run lead. It's kind of like late in the season football. You'll see that week where everybody in the SEC schedules the Citadel or something like that.
Because I was confused by the word. What was the word again?
Rum-dums. That's an old school.
Okay.
Yeah, smaller school. like look who everybody's playing. Presbyterian, Queens, North Alabama, New Mexico State, Binghamton, Morehead State. Mm-hmm. The last week before conference play, all the SEC baseball schools have a very light opponent.
Okay. Why do you think that? I feel like going into your conference, you would want a heavy hitter, no?
Deshaun Harris takes a first pitch strike. I don't know.
What is your thought on it?
I mean, I guess maybe you want to get everybody rested up or something.
Get everybody back some confidence or something like that.
You don't throw your starters as long so they're fully healthy the next. I don't know for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Runner goes, pitches a swing and a miss, throw to third, and not in time. Bang, bang play, but safe is the call. Dawson Willis steals third.
Really aggressive move right there, especially with the lefty and Deshaun being up to bat. Catcher had an open lane to throw to third, but still, Dawson's too fast.
He's 7 for 7 now on the year, and he's at third base with one out. Bearkats will bring the infield in. It's an 0-2 count to Harris, who doubled his last time up. Here's the pitch. Low and in. Good block by Marthel-Johnny.
Yeah, and these are the ABs that'll keep you in the lineup as well. You know, less than two outs. You got a man on third. You want to bring this guy home no matter what.
The pitch, swing and a miss. He got the strikeout of Deshaun Harris for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Valadez.
It's a really good pitch right there. That changeup looked like it faded way late in the zone. So really good pitch by the pitcher there.
By the way, bottom of the first inning at softball, OU scores 5.
Oh, yeah.
And they're out to a 5-0 lead headed to the second against South Carolina. Jason Walk shows bunt, takes it back, and takes a strike. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He has twice hit the ball hard to Ryan Frandon at first base, who has twice taken base hits away from him. One on a ground ball, one on a line drive. Fly ball this time to right, but he got under it. Toward the line is Christensen. And he's got it backpedaling for the final out of the inning. Sooners, though, get a pair. Back-to-back RBI doubles from Taki and Willis. And as we head to the 7th, it's now 6-2, Oklahoma in front. Today's broadcast brought to you by Purina. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. I'd like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners. Visit Norman, Cup Bop, Midway Deli, and Norman NCED. Go to Soonersports.com for more information. Still Michael Catalano on the mound, and his first pitch is bunted down the third base line. It's fair, and it's going to be a base hit for the catcher, Marthol-Johnny. How about that? Easton Carmichael saw that it was going to stay fair, and he tried to barehand grab it and spin, but he was unable to come up with it cleanly. That's a bunt single.
Just a really good bunt right there by the catcher. I mean, that ball is put perfectly down the third base line. I think one of those, as a catcher there, either you have to do what Easton did and try to get to it as quickly as possible and try to throw that guy out, or let it try to roll. Hopefully it rolls foul. Hopefully it hits a rock and kicks left.
Addison Smith now, switch hitter, batting from the left side for the first time today, takes a ball. He's 0 for 2. 6-2 Sooners lead it. We're in the 7th, game 1 of a doubleheader. We'll have about 45 minutes between games, and then the two teams will grab a sandwich, I would assume, and come back and play a 7-inning finale today. What did you do between games in a doubleheader?
We usually got some Firehouse subs, so shout out Firehouse. Shout out Firehouse. Shout out Firehouse subs. I would give me a nice little turkey sub from there, and you know what? We wouldn't do much. We would just sit there. Obviously, the coaches would come in and they would.
You got to change uniforms.
Yep, got to change uniforms. Right. Coaches would tell us the new pitcher, tell us who's starting for them, and we'll go over to reiterate the plan that we had before. And it's pretty, listen to some music, bob a little bit.
I got questions about that, but we're going to take a break right now because Skip's going to make a pitching change. A Serta Pro Painters pitching change on a 2-0 count here. Leadoff man aboard for Sam Houston in the 7th. And Oklahoma leads 6-2. We'll tell you about the new Sooner hurler when we come back in Norman. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
At Brahms, we offer more than just burgers, shakes, and fries. We have an entire fresh market for your everyday grocery needs, from farm fresh milk to meats, freshly baked breads, and produce. We also carry a wide variety of our premium ice cream, frozen yogurt, and sherbet. And with Brahms delivery trucks running 7 days a week, our items are always fresh. Stop by your neighborhood Brahms Fresh Market for an incredibly fast, incredibly convenient grocery shopping experience, so you can spend more time on things that matter most.
Pitching change brought to you by Serta Pro Painters. Are you looking to make a change in your home? The professionals at Serta Pro Painters can help. Mention this ad and get 10% off your interior or exterior painting. From Serta Pro Painters, call 405-990-8521. By the way, an anonymous listener asked if we knew who won the OU Texas basketball game last night, and so Oklahoma won.
Obviously.
Yeah, they had no way of knowing unless we publicly announced it again that the Sooners beat Texas 76-72 last night. Into the game for OU, another freshman arm. Jaden Barfield, the lefty, out of Pearland, Texas. This guy's been fun to watch, KP.
Yeah, he has, man. I'm really excited to see him back on the mound. And I know that we talked about how, that the guys that have come out today has been sophomore, freshman, though. Mm-hmm. And so just seeing the trust that they have in Skip and the trust that Skip has in them has been really crucial early in the season. And so I'm really excited to see what he has and how he's going to attack these guys as well.
He had the electric appearance in Round Rock in that extra innings win over Virginia. Since then, hasn't been as good. 3 outings. This is his 4th appearance. He's 1-0, 6.75 ERA. in 2 2/3. Barfield 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. And he'll start with a pickoff attempt to first base. He inherits a 4-run lead, a runner at first base and nobody out, and a 2-0 count to Addison Smith.
Yeah, tough count to come into, but try to get that fastball over and get going.
Pitch is popped up. Right side, drifting toward foul territory and out of play. I think Skip Johnson, in my time calling games, of all the coaches I've seen, not just OU coaches, makes more pitching changes in the middle of a count than any head coach I've ever seen.
Yeah, and I don't know if that is a tactic that he likes to use or if it's just sometimes he's like, okay, this is it. Like, I got to go get him. But I've never liked getting a pitch and change in the middle of a count, so I bet you it is a tactic.
2-1? You mean if you're the hitter, outside 3?
Yeah, if I'm the hitter, and I've already seen a few pitches of the guy, and okay, it's 2-0 count, and he takes him out. I'm like, oh man, I'm waiting. He's about to groove me a fastball.
Yeah,
right here.
I had timed this guy up pretty good.
Yeah, so
here's the 3-1 from Barfield, and it's hit hard but foul. He turned on that one and pulled it left of the OU bullpen.
That Ring doorbell gets me every time. Makes me think I'm back at home or something.
Yeah. You think you got an Amazon delivery?
Something.
Full count. Barfield. Set at the chest, waiting. Now pitches. Line shot right back through his legs. Willits flips to Branch covering. Throw to first. Not in time. Oh, that would have been pretty. That would have been Sports Center-esque right there. It was a hot shot right back up the middle through the legs of Barfield. But Willits was squeezing up the middle a bit. He was able to get there behind the second base bag, flip behind him to Branch covering for out number 1. And then Branch made a really good throw to first. They almost got a highlight reel double play.
Yeah, that would have been beautiful to see from up here, too. I wish it would. Luckily, that guy was hauling down first base, so wasn't able to get the double play.
Sam Lee now with 1 out. Takes a first pitch fastball strike. Barfield, I think it was you, KP, that said he gives you some
CC Sabathia vibes.
He's not as big as CC, but I can totally see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. It's the
strike call.
It's the hat tilted to the side. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much, especially from a freshman too. To have that kind of swagger there on the mound, and it's from the left side, and he gives me CC vibes, and I'm really really excited.
Maybe, he's had a couple more firehouse subs than some of the other guys. The 0-2's a swing and a miss. He strikes out Sam Lee. 2 gone. And he's obviously, let's see if he could get a strikeout to end this inning or something. Let's see how he comes off the mound, because
he'll be fired up.
He was in Round Rock, he put on a show from the mound to the dugout after that end of the inning. There's a pitch that goes to the backstop, and that'll give Smith second base. That'll be a wild pitch.
Now, do you think that'll be a wild pitch or a pass ball? Because I thought that was right over the plate. Or
you think it was catchable?
I thought it was catchable. I thought it was a little low. Probably just missed it, but I don't know. I've always tried to decipher between wild pitches and pass balls.
It's been ruled a wild pitch. The 1-0 inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Sooners have 7 hits today.
Oh, that's what I meant to ask you earlier. What are we doing? How are we doing with men in scoring position?
5 extra base hits. Let me check. The pitch. Boy, that one looked pretty good. Didn't get the call. 3-0. Oklahoma 2 for 7. Pickoff attempt at second base. Squirts away from Jackson Willits, but not very far. OU 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
Not bad.
286.
Not bad.
3 for 7 would feel better. Yeah. Runner in scoring position for the Bearcats here. Leadoff man Parker Blackman has 2 of their 5 hits today, and he's ahead in the count 3-0. Barfield delivers a strike. Jaden Barfield, lefty, wears number 29. 5'9", 216. The 3-1. Hit hard, base hit into right field. Deshaun Harris again keeps it from the wall, but it'll score a run. 3rd hit on the day for Blackman. And it's a 6-3 ball game.
Yeah, really good swing right there by Blackman. First one he's barreled up today, too, so definitely a good job from him. He's been doing good all day, 3 for 3. Definitely another good job, though, by Deshaun, keeping that ball in front of him, keeping that guy at first base here.
Harris with some serious lateral speed in the outfield. And Skip Johnson is going to make another change now. Second pitching change in the inning with Hunter Autry coming to the plate. So we'll step aside. It's a Serta Pro Painters pitching change here in Norman. 6-3 OU in front. Game 1 of a doubleheader. We're in the top of the 7th. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Homeland brings savings, and Sooner wins home all season long. Homeland and Game Day delivered by DoorDash brings you all the essentials right to your door. From tailgating treats to armchair quarterback snacks, we've got everything that you need. Order now and enjoy the freshness and savings Homeland is known for. Homeland and Sooner Game Day delivered by DoorDash.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has connected students and businesses with career training opportunities.
We help students explore their passions, and we help adults learn new skills for new careers.
We work directly with Oklahoma businesses to make sure you get the skills employers need.
Employers today care more about skills. That's why we offer training in school districts and technology centers statewide.
More Oklahomans value workforce education than ever before.
Oklahoma Career Tech,
a workforce solution.
Third lefty of the day. It's Jamie Hitt again. Jamie appearing for the second time in the series. He pitched here on Friday night, went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, had a couple of walks. The Sooners were unhappy with the strike zone Friday night when Jamie Hitt was on the mound. He leads the SEC in appearances on the year. This is his 8th. No record, 2.08 ERA. Jamie with 11 strikeouts in 8 2/3 innings, and opponents just hitting 148 against him.
Now, if I was a pitcher, I don't know which one I would like between, would I rather want to come in and throw in more games, or would I just want to come in and throw on a weekend and be a starter and just be done for the whole week? What do you think? If you had to choose between.
Would I rather be a reliever that pitches 2 or 3 times a week, or a starter that pitches once a week?
Yes.
I think I'd rather be a starter. You ever watch, you're too young for this, but back in the day, the Braves had an outstanding pitching staff with Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz. Yeah. I feel like those guys golfed more than they pitched.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Probably, and just...
That sounds like the life to me. Go pitch once, then golf for the next 6 days, and then pitch again.
It must be the life, right?
Sounds good. And get paid a lot of money.
A lot.
All right, so Hitt versus Autry with 2 outs and a runner at first and a run in the Bearkats' 7th. First pitch strike. I was watching the game on TV Friday night down in Austin, and I thought Jamie kept hitting the outside corner with that curveball and just could not get the call. I don't know how he wasn't frustrated, because I was throwing things.
Yeah,
in the
you should.
Hotel room.
You should have saw me in the stands. I was screaming at the umpire myself.
Swing and a miss at a fastball. 0-2. Jamie, of course, has been a starter here the last couple of seasons. Moved into the bullpen this year. And early in the year, Skip showing that he is one of the guys he has the most faith in. Here's the 0-2 to Sam Houston's best hitter. Outside, runner goes, throw down, not in time. Great jump for Blackman. He's got his third stolen base of the day. That guy can fly.
Yeah.
Well, this combination, Blackman and Autry, did exactly this for a run back in the third. Blackman got a hit, stole second, and then Autry knocked him in. Trying to do it again here in the seventh. Here's the 1-2. Low and outside.
Usually teams struggle to find lefties, but it seems like this year we got a bunch of them, huh?
It's a nice departure from the last few years when I feel like Carter Campbell was really the only bullpen lefty they had.
Yeah. Chaz Martinez, that year we had at Omaha.
Yeah. 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? No. It's a pretty good-looking pitch, too. Full count. Chaz Martinez, who was a starter for the first two-thirds of the year, maybe, got moved to the bullpen and was big-time effective. Some guy named Cade Horton got healthy and took his spot in the rotation.
That sounds about right.
3-2. Fly ball, left center field. In after it, Jason Walk, and he makes a cruising catch for the final out of the inning. Bearkats get one. It is time to stretch in Norman. Seventh inning stretch time, brought to you by Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of Hal Smith's restaurants. 6-3 is all year long. Go to Soonersports.com/Kids Club to join today. 6-3 Sooners. Jackson Willits leads off the bottom of the seventh. It takes a ball. Jackson homered in the third. 1 for 3 today. That's a foul ball, 1-1. Oklahoma looking for its 13th win and 14 tries to start the year. The 1-1. Fastball, strike 2 called. And they're doing it today so far like they've done it most of the year with good pitching and enough offense.
Good pitching and enough offense. I think that explains it perfectly.
Hot shot, diving stop at shortstop Martinez. Up and throws and got him. What a play.
Oh, my God.
What a play. Jackson Willits says, please challenge that. He thinks he's safe.
What
the shortstop Martinez, a diving stop on a... Hang on a second. I got to lay down. I just got faint for a second. The umpire's wearing a microphone, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God.
You missed it on Friday. They came out.
No, I wasn't here. I heard about it.
Yes.
Dreamed of this for a decade and a half now. Oh, my God. I feel like when I got that first train set when I was a kid, dreams come true, ladies and gentlemen.
It was awesome.
2025, and we finally have a microphone on an umpire.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. Because now everybody in the stadium.
SEC.
Yes, now everybody
I love you, SEC. Here's the replay on the screen. Your call, KP. Is the foot down yet?
I can't tell.
I think he's out.
I think he's out. What a play. I don't think people, and the people on the radio, we might sound like we're over-exaggerating, but, I mean, that's a diving play into the 6-hole, diving play to going away from first base. And for you to go ahead and throw that ball on the money like that, it's a really good play right there. It's good baseball.
I think, right? See, it's still out of his glove.
And you don't have to be squeezing the glove. It has right the there. Ball has, yep.
His foot's still above the bat?
I think so. I think that ball, even if he was safe, I don't think it's enough to overturn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Poor Jackson. I mean, he got robbed. That's the play of the weekend right there by Jace Martinez. God, I love it so much. I mean, not the out call.
Obviously not the call.
No. Holy cow. I mean, there's a lot of things to like about the SEC. Put that right at the very top of your list, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely.
The umpires have the ability to explain things to us now. God bless Greg Sankey. One out, nobody on for Trey Gamble, who takes a strike. And put a star by the defensive play from Jace Martinez of Sam Houston.
Are we serious? What a play.
Yeah, that one might find its way to a squibber down the third baseline, goes just foul off the end of the bat of Gamble. It's 0-2. That one might find its way onto a highlight show later.
I could see that one being on the highlight reel later.
Sooner Baseball brought to you by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasting. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. A ball and 2 strikes to Gamble.
Also, regardless of the play, it goes back to what I was saying, too, about Jackson Woolidge. How...
Yeah, he's hit into a lot of hard luck early in the year.
How unlucky can you get?
2-2. That all, baseball, that all tends to even out. So there'll be some infield singles, some stuff that'll come his way later.
That's true.
He's been squaring it up with not as much to show for it as he should have. Foul ball out of play. Yeah, he scalded that baseball.
Yeah.
The 2-2. Off the end of the bat, right up the middle, and that's going to find its way into shallow center. Gamble takes a wide turn at first, but he'll stop there with a base hit. The second baseman, Smith, got out there and ended up making a sliding stop, but he was way out in shallow center field.
Yeah, both the shortstop and second baseman went out there. Nobody was occupying second base right there.
Hit number 8 for OU. Carmichael now. He's doubled and walked in 3 plate appearances. He's driven in a run and scored 1. And the first pitch is fouled back over the net.
Really good swing right there by Easton. Saw that breaking ball hanging up in his own. Took a really good hack at it.
Runner goes, chopper back to the mound. The only play is to first. The throw is sailed a bit, but the first baseman, Frandon, able to keep a foot on the bag. Gamble advances to second.
I have a question about that.
Go ahead.
So, ground ball to the pitcher. Pitchers only like throwing to the catcher. So, let's say the throw does take the first baseman off of the white base, right?
Right.
And he lands on the green base.
Yeah.
Would he be considered safe?
So, here's my understanding of it. We were on a conference call with the head of the umpires before the year started. Christensen pulls it foul. If the throw, this is my understanding, if I'm wrong, I reserve the right to change it later because it is a little confusing. If the throw is from, let's say, the catcher or somebody like in foul territory, where it would be safer for the first baseman to make the catch on the green bag and allow the runner to use the white bag, that's allowed.
Okay.
But if it's a throw from the pitcher there, somebody in the field of play, you're giving them extra real estate if you give them the green bag. I don't think you're allowed to do it then.
Okay.
I think if it's because of a bad throw, then you still have to use the white flag.
Have to use the white. Okay.
That's my understanding of it anyway. A ball and a strike to Christensen. There's been a lot of confusion early in the year over it. 2-1. I think the only time the fielder's allowed to use the green bag is if the throw's generally coming in. Maybe it's a bunt that's barely in fair territory, but the throw kind of, takes it into foul territory.
Yeah.
They're wanting to avoid collision. So in that case, I believe they're allowed to.
Got you.
2-1. Pulled to second. Smith's there. In shallow right. Throws out Christensen. And that ends the inning. The Sooners get a base hit, but fail to score. Great defensive play by the shortstop, Jace Martinez. We go to the 8th. 6-3, Oklahoma in front. Today's broadcast brought to you by Purina. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
For more than
8th inning, game 1 of a doubleheader, game 2 of the series. Sooners won the opener here Friday night, 6-5. Jamie Hitt still out there for OU, and he'll start by facing the guy that made the sparkling defensive play in the bottom of the 7th, shortstop Jace Martinez. First pitch is inside. Amazing how many times it works out like that.
Crazy how it does, and I always loved when I would come up after a good play or something like that, because I think it gives you like +5 contact, +5 power. You know?
You got adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
The 1-0 to Martinez is outside. 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts. Martinez, Frandon, and Brown due up in the Bearcat 8th. 2-0 is hit hard to short, and that's a base hit.
Crazy, isn't it?
He's aboard. +5 power. Muscled that one into center. Hit number 7 for the Bearcats. The Sooner bullpen is active again. A right-hander warming. Looks like Bowden.
Looks like Bowden out there. I really like Bowden's stuff, man.
Yeah. He's been the Jackson Willett's equivalent on the mound.
Oh, yeah.
Been kind of a hard luck pitcher, I think, early on. Frandon, 0 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch and scored a run. And played a fine first base. He bunts it. Drag bunt down the first base line. It's a good one, and he's aboard. 2 on, nobody out for the Bearcats. Second bunt single of the game.
Yeah, and how about that from the Bearcats, playing a little bit of small ball later in this game. Just been doing a really good job of executing some really good bunts down the third and first base line and using their speed to their advantage.
That is now, of the 8 hits, half of them have been on the infield today. 2 infield singles, 2 bunt singles.
How about that?
And Blake Brown now has walked his last 2 times up. Taki in on the grass at first, as is Willis at third. He squares, and he takes the pitch outside. Throw down to second by Carmichael. Bounces into the belly of Willits. Martinez back in safely.
As a pitching staff, I know that has to be pretty frustrating. You know, you're making really good pitches. They're not putting good wood on it with those 2 infield hits, and, you know, you get two really good bunts. There's nothing you can really do about those.
Here's the 1-0. Squares again. Takes it back. Pitch was high. 2-0. Blake Brown, little guy, 5'9". Not much of a strike zone to hit there. He's ahead 2-0.
Yeah, especially at his size, too. I would expect him to be able to bunt the ball pretty well.
Here's the pitch. 3-0. Sooners in danger of working themselves into a sticky situation here. It is only a 3-run lead. Remember, on Friday night, OU led 6-2 going to the 9th. And it almost got away. Sam Houston closed it to 6-5 and had the tying run in scoring position. Here's the 3-0. Popped up the bunt. Carmichael catches it out in front of home plate for out number 1.
Yeah, and Toby, honestly, I don't know what they were doing there. I mean, it's 3-0.
Yeah.
Why not take one? You know, you've been bunting the whole time. He hasn't been able to find a strike zone. You know, why not take a strike on that? It would be a 3-1 count. Honestly, sometimes 3-1 is better than 3-0 because you know what's coming, and you just, I don't know what was going on right there. I probably wouldn't have bunted that ball up 3-0 in the count.
Here's Christensen, Brady Christensen, 0 for 3. Now a double play ball would get OU out of this. Left on left matchup, swing and a miss.
But hey, we'll take it though.
Hit. A glance at second. And the 0-1. Pulled to first. Taki backhand stab. It's a race to the bag. Taki wins it. 2 outs. Runners advance.
How about this game, Toby? What, I mean, just so many gems being
There's 3 errors in this game, and there's been, that was
crazy.
all by the outfield.
Yep.
The infield has been spectacular both ways.
Both ways.
I like Taki's glove at first. He's been really good this year.
I do too. I've seen him pick up a lot of balls from the dirt. So really good job by him.
Base hit here, though, could make it a one-run game. Second and third, 2 outs. And the batter is the catcher, Marthiljani. And Skip Johnson's going to a righty. Pitcher number 5 of the day coming on for the Sooners. We've got a Serta Pro Painters pitching change. 8th inning in Norman. We got a good one. 6-3 OU in game 1 of a doubleheader. Today's broadcast brought to you by Purina. We'll tell you about the new Sooner pitcher when we come back. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Homeland brings savings and Sooner wins home all season long. Homeland and Game Day delivered by DoorDash brings you all the essentials right to your door. From tailgating treats to armchair quarterback snacks, we've got everything that you need. Order now and enjoy the freshness and savings Homeland is known for. Homeland and Sooner Game Day delivered by DoorDash.
Spring is in full swing, and there's no better way to celebrate the refreshing weather than with a cup of real refreshment at HTO. With over 20 flavors of freshly brewed iced tea to choose from, you're sure to find a flavor you'll love, like strawberry passion, Texas chai, blueberry, or Georgia peach. Can't choose just one? You don't have to. Mix and match endless flavor combinations to make your own tasty creation. Welcome to your happy place. HTO. Real tea, real refreshing.
Pitching change brought to you by Serta Pro Painters. Are you looking to make a change at your home? The professionals at Serta Pro Painters can help. Mention this ad and get 10% off your interior or exterior painting from Serta Pro Painters. Call 405-990-8521. Reed Hensley's on. Senior, righty, out of Lufkin, Texas, Tyler Junior College. 5th pitcher today used by Skip Johnson. 4th appearance for Hensley, no record, 2.25 his ERA. He has 4 innings pitched so far this year. He's allowed just 2 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, no walks. I like Reed Hensley.
I do too. I really like Reed. I was a fan of Reed last year. As a matter of fact, I thought he honestly should have pitched a little bit more in some situations, but that's besides the fact. I think he's one of those guys who, he has 2 really good pitches in that fastball and that slider, or curveball, whatever you want to call it. And I know he's definitely worked on adding more stuff to his repertoire, and definitely he's done a good job since he's been here.
He has a spot in the OU record books, part of history, fighting on that no-hitter with Braden Davis last year. And I think has the best curveball on the team. Mm-hmm. When it's cooking, it is a fall off the table 12-6 hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Big spot here, 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Marthiljani, the catcher, takes ball 1.
I've always thought him and Malachi had pretty good curveballs.
Well, that's a good point. Malachi's is not bad either. And Kyson's is getting close.
Oh, yeah.
He's added a curve to the slider and the fastball this year. That's not fair. 1-0. Outside fastball that time, 2-0. Inning started when Chase Martinez singled to center, and Ryan Frandon laid down a bunt single. Blake Brown, trying to sacrifice him up, popped out a bunt attempt. Brady Christensen rolled a ground ball to first. Nice play there by Taki. 2 outs, 2 on. The 2-0.
Oh, I don't know where that one missed.
Must have been outside. 3-0. That was close. Softball, it's 5-2 Oklahoma. Bottom of the 3rd at Love's Field.
Are you able to criticize umpires on the radio?
Oh, yeah. There's a strike. 3-1. Oh, you probably shouldn't. Every once in a while, though, you gotta.
Yeah.
The pitch. Strike 2. All right, his finishing pitch is the curve, but he hasn't yet thrown it for a strike. So let's see what he goes to on 3-2 here. We have a base open. 2 outs. The pitch fouled back.
There was, I think, a slider or something right there. And that's always been frustrating for me, too, is when I was up to bat and I've noticed that a guy isn't landing in any of his secondary pitches. And so I'm up there sitting fastball, sitting dead red. I know he only has control of his fastball, and then, it gets to 2 strikes, and he lands a banger of a curveball in the strike zone.
Ground ball back to the mound. Hensley's got it, and the inning is over. Bearcats threatened but failed to score. Bottom 8 sets today, 2019. OU beat Rice 17-8 in Houston. With the score tied 8-8 going to the 8th, the Sooners exploded for 9 runs, sending 15 men to the plate. Briley Ware went 4 for 6. He had 5 RBIs. And OU beat Rice on this date in OU baseball history. Check swing. Branch down the third base line. It trickles foul, and it's a ball and a strike.
It's just as good as a bunt right there.
Half swing. Kyle Branch singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3 today. He also stole a base and came around to score. Sooners 6, Bearcats 3. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Well, let's see if Skip Johnson's going to give the baseball to his closer, who already, Dylan Crooks, that is, he's warming in the bullpen, already leads the SEC in saves with 4. And maybe a chance for another today, unless OU scores a run here. Ground ball to shortstop. Easy play this time for Martinez. And he guns it across for out number 1. Sam Houston has only used 2 pitchers today. Devin Bennett, the starter, he went 3, and then Danny Valadez has been on since then.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I've been waiting for them to make a pitching change or something like that, but this guy's been on the mound for a while now.
Valadez has given up just 2 runs. Taki is responsible for one of those, both of them actually. He doubled home a run in the 6th and then later scored on the Dawson Willis double. 1-0 is low. Not much wind out there today at all as it continues to warm up here in Norman. Popped him up. Straight up the chute. Third baseman Brown in, and right on that third base line has it. 2 outs.
I was hoping for Taki and Dawson to switch places again to get us a few more runs on the board.
But that would have been dope. Here's Willis. It does look like we're going to see Dylan Crooks in the 9th. Low and away. Malachi Witherspoon scheduled to start Game 2 of the doubleheader, Game 3 of the series later today. 45 minutes between games or thereabouts. That ball's hit hard to left and deep at the wall. Gone! Dawson Willis, his first home run as a Sooner. And it's 7-3.
What a good swing right there by Dawson. Got a fastball over the middle of the plate. Pulled it a little bit, pulled it to the left field, and got some good wood on it, man. Look, really nice swing.
The second Sooner home run of the day. And Dawson Willis has number 1. Sooner homers brought to you by Mathis Home. Mathis Home, the official furniture sponsor of OU Athletics.
How about that for a 2-out rally there, Toby?
7-3. And Deshaun Harris takes a ball. So now 9 hits for Oklahoma. 6 of the 9 extra base hits. 4 doubles, 2 homers. And 2-0 the count to Deshaun Harris. Harris has one of the doubles. Bottom of the order's been good for OU today. Taki, Willis, and Harris, 3 doubles and a home run.
And I mean, you couldn't ask for much more from the bottom of the lineup there, Toby. I mean, everybody has been doing really well and executing when they needed, when their name has been called on. So really good job by the bottom of the lineup today.
And a 3-0 count to Harris. And he's aboard. 4-pitch walk. Second walk for Valadez.
Up on the scoreboard, it said Desan was 0 for 3, but he has a, what is he, 1 for 3, right?
Yeah, he had a double back in the fourth.
Okay. Just making sure.
And Sam Houston now will go back to the bullpen. It is a Bearkats Serta-Pro pitching change here in the bottom of the 8th. And I would imagine that will sit down Dylan Crooks now that the lead is 4. But we'll find out soon enough. We'll take a break. Sam Houston going to the bullpen. Oklahoma leads at 7-3 in game 1 of a doubleheader. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Find more trucks and more savings during Ford Truck Month at Bob Moore Ford. Choose from hundreds of Ford F-150s and Super Duties and take advantage of more savings, like $14,000 off MSRP on a new 24 Ford F-150 XLT and $12,000 off MSRP on a new 24 Ford Super Duty. Get trucking and get more savings during Truck Month at Bob Moore Ford on Southeast 89th and I-35 or BobMooreFord.com. F-150 XLT number 7071. Super Duty number 4621. Excludes CT&L.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and I run a foundation that awards work ethic scholarships. But when it comes to work ethic, you guys wrote the book. Nobody works harder than the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. It can be blazing hot or crazy cold. They're always out there, making sure America has all the energy we need to stay safe and secure. Something to think about next time you see one of those monuments to independence, otherwise known as an oil rig. Learn more at oerb.com/Mike Rowe.
Here in the bottom of the 8th with his first home run in a Sooner uniform. And Sam Houston going back to their bullpen now. Big right-hander Cam Diaz is on, 6'4" junior from La Mesa, Texas. Howard College product. Third pitcher of the day used by the Bearkats. Diaz making his 5th appearance. He's had a rough year. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 17. In 6 1/3 innings, he's given up 15 hits, 15 runs, 8 strikeouts, 8 walks. He needs just 1 out here to end the 8th. He's got a runner at first base, Desan Harris. He'll be facing the top of the order, Jason Walk. At the conclusion of this one, we will have a brief post-game show for you on Sooner Radio. Then we'll toss it back to studio for, I don't know, half hour or so. And then we'll come back with a brief pregame show before game 2. We expect there to be approximately 45 minutes between games. Walk 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Pitch is taken high, throw down to second, and it's a good one. Desan Harris, though, is safe. That was close.
Really close play right there. I thought they might have had a chance at getting him out there, but really good slide right there by Desan, sliding to the outside part of the bag, making sure he got his hand in there before they got him.
First stolen base of the year for Desan Harris. That's surprising. Strike called to walk. It's 1-1. Jason needs a hit here to extend his 12-game hit streak.
Hopefully he's not thinking about that at this point.
1-1. Low. Oh, he knows it. You know he knows it.
He knows it. What I'm hoping is he's thinking about just driving Desan in right here.
Off the end of the bat towards second. And that'll end the inning. The Sooners add 1 to their lead, and we go to the 9th. 7-3 Oklahoma in front. Today's broadcast brought to you by Purina. Your pet, our passion. For all your pet needs, visit Purina.com. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways.
13 out of 14 to start the season. They lead at 7-3. It'll be Reed Hensley staying on now that the lead is 4. And he'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the Bearcat batting order, starting with Addison Smith. Ball 1 inside.
See Dylan down there still playing a little bit of catch, though, trying to make sure he stays warm.
2-0. Sam Houston State, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Oklahoma, 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The 2-0 is a flare down the right field line. Foul. Got in on the hands of Smith with that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Here in the 9th inning up with the lead, I always wanted to get that first batter out. You know, it always feels good to get that first out. I feel like that's always the hardest out to get to.
3-1. Hensley trying to avoid putting the leadoff man on. That ball's hit hard. Deep right field. Deshaun Harris racing back to the wall, and he makes the catch. Up against the E and Sooners. Deep right center field. He ran a long ways to track that down, and there's 1 out.
Yeah, really good job right there by Deshaun, especially him taking his eyes off the ball there. I don't know if anybody saw that, but I was looking at him run after that ball, and I was looking at him, you know, take his eye off the ball, look at the wall, take his eye off the ball, look at the wall. And so did a really good job of knowing where he was in that situation and getting that first out. Something that Reggie teaches all the time. Did he do it
right? Is that the right way to do it?
That was the right way to do it. Because I was watching him the whole time, and I see him, you know, you take your first 3 to 4 steps full speed looking at the ball, then, you know, if you see that ball is kind of a little further away from you than you expected, it's okay to take your eye off the ball. That's what we practice here at OU. That's what Reggie preached at OU, is we wanted to work on taking our eye off the ball, because if you're running after the ball and you're looking at the ball, you're not at full speed. You got to be able to run with your eye off the ball and kind of know where that ball is going to be, and that's how you make those good plays.
Pitch is low. Pinch hitter here, Grant Nottleman, batting in the DH spot. 1 out, nobody on. 148 average on the year for Nottleman. 2-0. How hard is it? What's the secret to relocating the ball when you take your eye off of it?
Getting
lots of practice, I would imagine.
Lots of practice and getting a good initial read off the bat. So when I say you take those first, you know, you're looking at the ball, those first 3-4 steps.
Fouled back.
Making sure that you have a really good read on the ball, and then, because once the ball's in the air for a couple seconds and you've taken a couple hard steps, you pretty much know where it's going to land. You have a good vicinity of where it's going to land, and so
just get there.
Yeah, you just want to get there as quickly as possible.
3-1 to Nottleman.
It's hard though. We practice it all fall. Like, you have to practice it all fall. It's something that is really hard to master. A lot of people just don't feel comfortable taking it off the ball, which is understandable.
And that's a walk. Nottleman aboard. You know what I am fascinated watching? This is going to show you, and I'm just I don't play the sport just as an amateur observer, but watching Reggie Willits hit fly ball fungos is amazing.
Please do not hype him up right now. Oh my God, he's gonna come back.
Unbelievable! It's unbelievable how good he is.
He's gonna listen to this replay, and he's gonna be full of himself. I don't think you understand, Toby, how much, like, you'll see us out in the outfield, like, and he'll be giving us our pregame speech or whatever, and he's like, I know y'all saw that fungo game today. It looked good, didn't it? He was like, I put on a good show for the scouts today. I'm like, oh my God. So thanks for doing it too. Thanks for
But what I mean, if the average person tried to get out there and do that, it's 300-foot fungos almost on a dot.
Yeah,
where he puts it where he wants.
Yeah. And
1 and 2. I know you hate that I'm praising.
No, it's fine, because what he does is
unbelievable skill.
It's really good. How good his fungo,
you see guys do it on the infield all the time.
Yeah.
Like the fly ball fungos.
Beautiful. I mean, they're major league fly balls too.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2. Oh, he dropped the hammer on him. Blackman knew it. There's the curveball, the Hensley curve, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah, I was going to say, Toby, that's what you've been waiting on all along.
I mean, it is a knee buckler. And the Sooners are 1 out away from a series victory. They've played some close games this year. They're knocking on the door of 13-1, but it hasn't been without some drama. 3-2 over Minnesota, 8-4 over Oregon State, 5-4 in 12 innings over Virginia. Checks foul ball. 5-4 over Texas Southern, 3-2 over CSUN, and 6-5 here Friday night over Sam Houston. This one's a 4-run game today, 7-3. There's been some blowouts sprinkled in there as well, but they've had to make some big late inning pitches early in the year outside.
And that's okay though. You know, you want to get some close games early in the year. So
you're going to play a lot of them in SEC.
Oh yeah. So definitely not a bad thing as long as we're getting those wins.
They're behind the runner, Nodelman at first. Here's the 1-1. There's the curve ball, and they give him the outside corner. Generous there, 1-2. Infield shifts. Autry, the pitch. A little bit upstairs. Just past 3 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. Game 1 of 2 today. Oklahoma looking to move to 10-0 at home. Here's the 2-2. Outside. Jace Martinez would be next.
What about it, though? Another 3-2 count, huh?
A lot of these today. Trying to get Cam Johnson win number 2. Here's the payoff. Just got a piece of the hook. He went 3-2 Uncle Charlie, and Autry just got a piece.
Yeah, really good job right there by Autry to stay in that bat here with 3-2 and that nice curveball right there by Reed.
Their shift is on against Autry. 3 infielders to the right side. Another 3-2. Runner goes, pitches high, and there's 2 aboard. Second walk issued this inning by Reed Hensley. And let's see if Skip sticks with him here. OU pitching now today, 12 strikeouts, 5 walks. They had 15 strikeouts in game 1. 12 of those by Kyson Witherspoon. Jason Bowden had the other 3. Today, Cam Johnson 8, Michael Catalano 2, Barfield 1, Hensley 1. And first pitch strike delivered to Martinez. Well, you don't want this guy to get on if you're a Sooner fan, KP, and then the tying run comes to the plate.
Yeah, right now I was gonna say this situation is getting a little sticky right here. Hopefully for
curveball, strike 2.
Luckily, with it being 0-2 right now, we're looking good. So
off the table.
Yeah, it's gross. It's a good curveball.
Throw it again. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes.
Do it again, too.
And he fouled it off.
Shout out to Sam Houston, though. You know, putting up some good ABs in this 9th inning, not showing any give up here. So, really good job by them.
Two on, 2 out. The 0-2. A little too far inside with that one. 3 straight curves. Outfield shading Martinez to hit it the other way. Jason Walk swung around into right center field. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got it. Win column Sooners. Game over. The Sooners take the series, and they move to 13-1 on the year. Final score in game 1 of a doubleheader today, Oklahoma 7 and Sam Houston State 3. The postgame show is next. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.